All right, how's it going, chat? How you doing? Started the stream a little bit later today. Had to run some errands this morning. Got a haircut, and then I was watching some CS:GO right before I turned on the stream. Yo, what's up, Method? But we are here still. Got a couple more streams this week. Streaming tomorrow, Thursday. Tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I'm leaving Sunday for Japan. And I'll be in Japan for like 2 weeks. So I won't be doing. I might have like a couple like YouTube videos, being posted while I'm gone in Japan, but there probably won't be much. So it won't be much content from me for those 2 weeks, but I'll be back at it as soon as I get back from Japan. Appreciate the 44 months there, Sack, and I appreciate the raid, Professor JJ. When's Worlds again? Week of the 11th in August. I appreciate the 4 months there, Snoopy. Yeah, week of the 11th. And I guess we start off today by talking about the changes. Talk about the changes to begin with. I did post a video this morning giving most of my thoughts, but yeah, I did post a video this morning talking about most of my thoughts about the changes, but see what chat thinks, see if anyone has any other thoughts on any of the stuff that happened or any of the changes they made. What the heck? What changes? Or the announcement? Not any change. Well, I guess they did do some changes, like invite structure stuff. Yeah, invite structure stuff. What is this? Oh. No regional mountain standard time. That is one of the oh, I didn't mention. What ones did I mention? That's the other, yeah, that was actually the regional I forgot to mention this morning in my video. What did they do with the new live update? I don't know. Did they say anything in the forums about what was changing? I think you mentioned it. I kind of want to check. Isn't there a way to let's see what the forums say. 5 bugs and feedback. Dude, I just got never mind. Wait. Nah. How much is a typical regional cost you to attend? I never keep track of that stuff. I mean, I keep track of it for the purpose of like my taxes, but I don't know. Let me just try and think for a second. Flight wise, I don't know. Some flights are like pretty cheap. Like sometimes they're like, yeah, like flying to Dallas is pretty cheap. And whenever I fly through Vegas, it's really not that expensive. So, cause like from like SAC to Vegas, like it is a Spirit flight. Like flying to Vegas is pretty cheap, and then flying Spirit out of Vegas is pretty cheap. So some of my flights are pretty reasonable. It really depends on the location, but like going to Dallas is pretty cheap. Going to Florida is pretty cheap. Flying in California is pretty cheap for me. It gets more expensive when it's the weird Midwest ones. Like Indianapolis should be pretty cheap because I should be able to catch like a Vegas Spirit to Indianapolis. Something like Peoria is pretty expensive. Like I already bought my Peoria flight. It was like $500. Where are my other flights? Sacramento's in driving distance. My Toronto flight wasn't that expensive. I think I might even be able to get like, what was the other one what's the first one that's happened? It's Peoria, Toronto, Sac. Oh, Pittsburgh. My Pittsburgh flight wasn't that expensive either. I don't know. I forget how much my Pittsburgh one was. So typical cost to attend a regional. My average flight price is probably like $350. My average flight price is probably $350. I generally try and get there Friday and leave Sunday. My hotel cost is pretty cheap most of the time because I'm usually rooming with like there's like 4 of us. So my flights are usually like 350, I would say on average, because sometimes they're less, sometimes they're more. The highs are around the highest I paid for a flight last year for a regional, I think was 600. And then the cheapest was like 100 something. So let's just say 350 is the average. Maybe it's a little bit higher than that. Yeah, my average is probably around 350 for a flight. I mean, because some of them I drove to as well, so that I mean, I guess like theoretically brings the cost down. But I say 350 is the average flight price. It might be higher than that though. And then hotel wise, hotel like overall, I don't like hotel's pretty cheap if you like room with people. I'm trying to like think about my average hotel cost. Um, um, hotel cost, hotel cost. What is my hotel cost? It's like $80 probably on average. Well, I usually so I room with like my group that I test with. So we usually room together, and then we also one of the things because Caleb is the one that like books the rooms. But then on top of that, we always do like a Walmart order for like we get food and um like protein bars and stuff like that. So like some meal stuff. So my I usually am like PayPaling after a tournament. I'm usually PayPaling Caleb like 100 to $120, but it's for the hotel for Friday, Saturday night, sometimes Sunday night, usually not though. And then also food, some food. And then from there, how much your food costs. So like that gets me up to like 450, 500 right there for flight, hotel, and some food. And then from there, the rest of the cost depends on how much you want to spend on food. Like if you want to go to nicer places, you know, you're spending 20, $30 for the meal, or if you're just gonna go get like, I don't know, McDonald's and spend like $10, or even less for your meal. And depending on how many times you eat throughout the day as well. So that could be like, you know, I would say maybe around like $30 a day in food, roughly. Even less though sometimes. It just depends on where you eat, right? Like if you're just like for us, like we usually get sandwich stuff. So if we have like sandwiches and then I don't know, like order freaking pizza. We're not there that often. So like maybe roughly $30 a day. But it depends on what you want to eat, right? So you can make food pretty cheap, to be honest. So my average is probably getting up to around 600. But it just depends. Like what like in at Vancouver regionals, one of um one of my friends wanted to go like to like a steak restaurant or whatever called. And we went and got like some nice steaks. So like that was like more expensive, obviously. But that's like the thing that you have like a little bit more control over. And then you can like be pretty. The one thing you have to like remember with hotels though is like a lot of people try and look for like really cheap hotels that are like further away from the venue, but then you have to factor in like Uber cost, less food being. Well, actually, usually hotels like further away from like if you're getting a hotel further out, there's usually like fast food around you, so the food place is like fine, but like then you have to like get up earlier, you have to Uber there, you have to Uber back, so paying like an extra like 15 bucks a night each, or it's usually less than that to get a hotel that's like closer to the convention center is like always worth it. Like the actual price difference is not as big as it seems when you like initially just look at hotel near the venue versus hotel Uber drive away from the venue. But a lot of people like get hotels and Uber drive away, but then once you add up like the Ubers and stuff like that, it's just like not worth it. And like the extra, I don't know, $10 a night for each person who's staying at the hotel is like worth it because you got like 4 people in a like, you know, double twin bed, 4 people, maybe even 5 people. Throw someone on the floor, 6 people, 2 people on the floor, you know, it's really not that expensive to get a place that's like next to the venue in like walking distance. And then you don't have to worry about getting up that much earlier, getting an Uber to the place. Yeah, but a lot of people like I'll look at the initial price and just assume it's worth it to get a place further away. But usually I feel like most of the time it's not, unless it's like drastically cheaper. Like some airport hotels are like really, really cheap. So that can be worth it. But airport hotels are usually like 20 minutes from the venue, if not a little bit more. So a little bit further away, I should say. Can you watch 5 minutes of this from what is this? Here's Marco. No, I don't know what this is. Where's that from? Marco. What tournament is that from? Oh, it's LAIC. What's my opinion on World's Points updates? I think it's fine. I think the change is fine. Yeah. I don't think that's what we're gonna talk about today, to be honest. Comments say double retreat. Did I double retreat in that game? Or did my opponent? Comments say double retreat. All right, I'm not clicking on this video. I think opponent. What's up, Sweeney? There's one more comment I was gonna make on that. He double retreats, double comfy, etc. Oh wait, actually, did we not? Did it not? You still win? Oh, doesn't matter. Oh, we didn't. It didn't get caught on stream. I don't remember that. That was LAIC. I don't know. There's a lot of things that happen with Lost Box. What was it? The Lost Tina? I played against Lost Tina on stream, right? Dude, I bodied him, bro. Free dub. What was I gonna say though? We're talking about hotels. Closer to venues, better. It's usually not more expensive. Oh yeah, Airbnbs just aren't worth it anymore. Me and my group used to do Airbnbs all the time, but the quality of Airbnbs has like gone down a lot. And like the prices increase, the quality's gone down. The double retreat gets caught. Oh, does it actually? Yeah, the quality of Airbnbs has like dropped drastically. So I don't recommend searching out Airbnbs. Sometimes you can get a nice one, but for a decent price, but it's just like almost not it's like almost not even worth looking at them anymore, to be honest. It's hard to find something like that much cheaper than a hotel and then actually have it be like worth it. Airbnb in general is tanking as a company. They'll probably stabilize at some point. Like they're just like it just needs to find its balance for being worth it to do. If you're doing like a really long trip, then I could see doing an Airbnb worth it, but you'd still want to like find a decently nice one, to be honest. Appreciate the 31 months there, Del Cookie. Yeah, you'd want to find like a nice one. Yasukarada stream when? Maybe today. I don't know. I need to find some stuff to play. Or I wasn't sure what I was gonna mess around with today. I did want to look at there was an update today, right? Oh, I didn't even realize there was an update today. How long has it been since live has actually been live? How long did the update take? I didn't even realize there was an update today, to be honest. Wait, did the update even happen? I didn't have to like I didn't have to do anything when I opened PTCG live today. Did the update even happen? Or is it happening now? Or is it about to happen? Because I literally just opened PTCG live and I didn't get anything. Didn't say anything. It did happen? It was just maintenance, I think. What does that mean? What does that mean though? What happens during maintenance? Nothing? What does maintenance mean? Means preloading the Obsidian Flames. So no changes. I guess I won't be here for the initial wave of Obsidian Flames bugs. I'll be chilling in Japan. So what do you think about the changes, chat? What are some things you dislike, I guess, about the changes? I guess like besides the obvious like increase in what's it called? But I don't know. Could you be someone who probably won't be able to get an invite now because of the upgrade, but then not dislike it? I guess you could, right? I doubt there's many people out there who are now going to be unable to attend going to be unable to attend or unable to achieve their world's invite, or they feel like they'll be unable to do it. But I guess you could not dislike that, to be honest. But I bet there's a few people who feel that way. Locations could be a bit more spread out, but all looks good. Yeah, I mean, I think we still might get something like Wisconsin, Utah, and then Hartford. Those 3 regionals might still pop up for America. Just like the number go up and the locals go down. Could you feel neutral? Oh, well, of course, yeah, you could. I'm trying to think of, like, anyone out there does. If anyone like looked at the because like, oh, it's harder to get my Worlds invite now, and now I probably goes from not being able to be able to get my Worlds invite if it was like last year's system to this year's system, and then be like, you know what, I actually like that it's harder to get the invite though. I guess there are some people who could feel that way, but am I gonna be like, the rest and fly to Japan this weekend? Yeah, I leave on Sunday. I just like that Canada still needs the same points as the US. It's not it's a lot harder for Canadians to attend as many events. Yeah, I mentioned that on my video. I think it's something that me and Chip could have talked about a little bit on the podcast. By the way, go check out the podcast. Ooh, that's what I add to my stream title. I always forget to add that. I was like, what should I put in my stream title today? And I was like, I always forget about the podcast. Some people don't know about the podcast. If you don't know, I do a podcast with Trainer Chip. Our episodes air every Tuesday. Check it out. It's harder, but I kind of like it. I would have liked to have seen 8PFL for cups and challenges. It's really hard to gauge like how hard. It's really hard to gauge how hard it is to actually get the invite, to be honest. And that is probably why we see them make adjustments like mid-season sometimes. Like last year, they lowered the he's not Trainer Chip anymore. I do a podcast with Chip Ritchie. Check it out. It's really hard. It's got to be really hard to gauge. Got to be really hard to gauge. Yeah, it's got to be really hard to gauge that, to be honest. Like, has it always been 8 cups and 8 challenges? No, I think it was 6 last. Well, last year was 2. The year before that, it was. I actually don't remember. Well, the year before that, we had nothing. What was it in 2019? I can look it up, actually. Let me look it up real fast. Yeah, what was the BFL in 2019? And I'll look it up real fast. It was 8. It wasn't 8 in 2019. Has it always been 8 besides... is this the first year it's been 6 then? Is this actually the first year it's been 6? I was going to look it up, but I guess you guys all looked it up. If it was 8, why lower it to 6 and 6? Because they want to make it harder to get your invite. Like, it's obvious they want to make it harder to get the invite this year than previous years, so they adjusted the invite system. 8 for each League Challenger League Cup. Okay. Yeah, they obviously want to make it harder to get your invite this year. Yeah, everything points that they want to make it harder to get your invite this year. 600 points. There are, like, obviously the auto invites from winning regionals and top 2 in ICs, but that's like not. I don't think they're like factoring those numbers really into the total people that are going to be at Worlds or how hard it is to get an invite. Forcing people to get points from regionals and ICs to get an invite is such a good change. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it does feel like they want you to have some proof of. Basically, it feels like they do kind of want you to have some proof of skill to be at the World Championships. Right, a certain level proof of skill, or they want to increase the amount of proof of skill than there has been in the past, right? Which I think is fine. I think whatever they want to do for the most part is fine, to be honest. Like, I do think there should be. It's weird when I hear people say. I would like to see some examples of this. When people say the only thing that there is to play for in the Pokemon TCG is your Worlds invite, which is true. But what is an example of what would be an example of something else to play for? Like, do other card games have an example of that? Like, giving yourself something else to play towards? Like, what does that even mean for the most part? You know what I'm saying? Like, does anyone have an example of that in chat? That's what I've heard. Like, Chip says that. I've seen Chip and Celio have said that before. But like, what does that even what would be the example of something else to play for? Cash prizes? Well, no. That is something. But they're saying currently in the Pokemon TCG, the only thing to play for is your World's Invite. I think you could break it down a little bit further and being like, you know, trying to win a regional or top 8 a regional or just get a trophy. I think that's a good goal for people to set for themselves, to try and get a trophy at a regional or an IC. So getting top 4 at a regional or an IC, I think is a good goal. If you scoop against your friend in the finals of a challenge and they get their invite, is that illegal in the Pokemon laws? No. Yu-Gi-Oh! Have prize cards. That could be. Would that be something that you think? Is that something that, like, maybe that is something that people would play for a little bit more? One of my friends said promos and such. Yeah, if we had like regional placement promos, like day 2 cards and top 64 cards, top 32 cards, top 16, so on and so forth, I guess that would be maybe that would like give people would feel like they have a little bit more purpose for trying to place in events outside of trying to get their World's Invite. Yeah, whenever I hear people bring that up, I'm like, okay, but what is an example? What is an example of something else to play for that is not your World's Invite that would be something to play for? I feel like I haven't seen those examples yet, but I guess something like promo cards for just like placements at bigger tournaments would be a good step, right? Good step in the right direction. Like adding, yeah, if you place so high at a regional or an IC. This is what happened in Japan, right? Karamatic was effectively a League Cup promo. I mean, that's not a good example of something to play for, but it was hard to get one, yeah. Yeah, 20 cards gonna motivate you. I mean, it'll probably be worth more than $20. I mean, the regional exclusive promo cards are like hundreds of thousands of dollars in other games. Pokemon's bigger in terms of like the resale market, right? So, especially if they made them like dope, that would also make a difference. With more players, you need to make it more difficult to make it to Worlds. Why long arms? Actually, that's like counterintuitive, right? Yeah, what Bad Variant said. With more players, it's naturally harder to get to Worlds. If there's more players, making it... The more players there are, if you keep the same system with the system that Pokemon has, it just naturally becomes harder to get to Worlds. So what is... so you say you have to, but what is the reason that you'd have to do that? I don't think there is one. I think you're just contradicting yourself on that one. Had an opponent tell me my casino dice weren't allowed to roll to determine who goes first. Is that true? The only rules for a rolling die in Pokemon is it has to have rounded corners and be a see-through die, like a clear die. Those are the only rules for a rolling die in Pokemon. But casino dice have hard corners, right? Or have pointy corners, right? So you probably can't use it. They're not rounded corners. Some of those promo cards go for big bucks. That's what I'm saying, yeah. Like, rounded corners. Yeah, a rolling die in the Pokemon TCG has to have rounded corners and be see-through. I think it's like harder to manipulate a die that has rounded corners, I'm pretty sure. That's what I've always heard. I've never like looked into that, to be honest, but that's what I've heard. It's easier to manipulate dice with non-rounded corners. Imagine an alt art Zard for top. I don't know if they had to do it like an alt art, but dude, imagine if they did have like major tournament exclusive arts. That would be dope. That would be so sick. See, those are the kind of things that people would really want to play for. Like, imagine you got top... I don't know, imagine they had like a... maybe not day 2. Maybe like top 64 on or top 32 on. Like, they had a top 32... Like, it's already a playable card. Like, it's like a... I don't know. It could be... I don't know what card you would even do. What's like a decent card right now? Because you'd want to make it playable as well. I don't know, rare candy even. Like, imagine if they had an exclusive regional promo rare candy artwork, or Iono. Sure, we can go with Iono. And a regional exclusive Iono that was you only could get for top 32 and on at regionals for like the first quarter, and then second quarter they had a different card and different artwork, and then ICs had a different card. That would be like so dope. And it was like a different artwork. It was like a different artwork. Don't we have that with Ultra Balls? I mean, we have like a stamped Ultra... Yeah, but it's not a different artwork. It's the same artwork we've had before. The different artwork is what would really set it apart. Like at ICs, you do get like the champion card There's no champion cards at regionals. It's just what's it called. But with more players, it's harder for event staff to put on these events, and Worlds being the biggest event, you need to make sure it's more exclusive than inclusive. I mean, that's still just a bad take, long arms. But Pokemon has had really big, but like with more players, that would naturally make it harder to get to Worlds. So that would already naturally do that. With more players, it's harder for event staff to put on these events, and Worlds being the biggest, you need to make it more exclusive than inclusive. You don't need to make it more exclusive than inclusive. It just, if it is, that's fine. But the more people that play normally throughout the regular season, if you kept the system the same and 10,000 unique players played in season 1, and then you kept the system the same in season 2, and 20,000 players played the exact same system, if it was copying a similar Pokemon system to what we currently have, less people would naturally make Worlds because the points would be spread out more. So there'd be less people that could get to the point threshold, which means Worlds would naturally have less players in it in season 2 than season 1, or year 2 than year 1. So once again, your argument doesn't make any sense, or it just contradicts itself. I don't know the correct word to do there. But how many new players are actually good enough or good though? But it doesn't matter, long arms, because if it's the same good players making Worlds, so theoretically, if once again, if your thing is the same, if it's the same good players making Worlds as year 1 as year 2, it's then the Worlds is the exact same size. So once again, what you're saying makes no sense, because Worlds will still be the exact same size from year 1 to year 2, because if it's the exact same people who are getting their invites from year 1 to year 2, but because of the variance in the game and of more good newer players getting good and doing better, there theoretically will be less players at Worlds still. It'll either be the same or less when you add more people. Can you explain the ELO year that you reference in the videos? Yeah, so back in 2010, maybe 2011, I forget. Maybe 2012. I got my first Worlds in 2013. I don't remember how you had to qualify in 2012. But back 2010 when I started playing, it was an ELO system for the rankings, for the leaderboard. And for Masters in America and Canada, they only took the top 40 players on the ELO leaderboard, got invites to Worlds. And that was back in 2010. So it was really, really hard. There wasn't as many players back then, but it was really hard to get a Worlds invite. Because you had to be in the top 40. How do I feel about round 1 buy-ins? I mean, I think it's fine. I think maybe I would like to see maybe a little bit more incentive to play more tournaments outside of just getting your invite than just a round 1 buy at Worlds, but I think having something is good, but I would like to see like a little bit more incentive, like maybe tier 1 invites get 2 round buy, and then tier 1 or tier 2 invite, or tier 1 invites get 2 round buys, and then tier 1 invites get a 1 round buy. Something like that, I don't know. Yeah, in the ELO system, they just took the top 40 in US and Canada, and they got a Worlds invite, and that was it. No one else got a Worlds invite. So every game mattered, because if you go to League and lose, suddenly you are lower on the ELO board. Well, not League technically, but like local tournaments, yeah. But like people would like go to a city championships, which is basically a League Cup. They would go to a League Cup or a city championship, which is effectively a League Cup. They would just play the first couple rounds and they would drop. So they would just like juice their ELO, and then as soon as they were in range of hitting a good player, they would just drop from the tournament. Like when they were about to go into Top Cut, they wouldn't play in Top Cut. And like at nationals as well, like a ton of people just dropped from nationals. That's why it's a terrible system, because no one actually played the tournament out. Like so my first nationals was in 2010, and the only reason I went is because I won the regionals that year. So I got the travel award to go to nationals, so I went. And in round like 5 or 6, I played against Dylan Bryan, who was like one of the best players, probably one of the best players of all time in Pokemon that a lot of people don't know about. He always played like funky decks and stuff. But yeah, I just like no idea who he was. But I remember when I sat down, someone was talking to him because they knew who he was, and he was like, "How many more can you afford to lose?" And Dylan was like, "If I lose this one, I have to drop." And then I beat him, and he was so pissed because he didn't. It was a really funny moment in the game where I had, because I was playing a deck that people didn't play, Shuppet Donk or Shuppet deck, and I had a card in there called Mamoswine GL, and it had resistance to lightning. And Dylan played this card, RDL or something, ERL. And basically it did 80 damage to everything with a Poke Power. I didn't even know the card existed until that tournament. It does 80 damage to everything with a Poke Power, and he plays it, wipes my board because I'm playing the Shuppet deck that plays a bunch of stuff with Poke Powers, wipes my board, so I only have the Mamoswine in my active, and that's it. And I go, okay, draw pass. And then he goes, attach to the ERL and attack for 100 damage. I was like, wait, I'm resistant to lightning, and he was like, oh, all right, go ahead. And then I go, Mankey, Expert Belt, Quad plus power, super scoop up, get a heads, and then knock out his ERL with a Mankey. On that turn. It was so funny. He was pissed after I beat him too, because then he had to drop from the tournament, because if he took another loss, his ELO would drop far enough that he wouldn't be able to he would miss World, so he had to drop after that round. But he didn't lose too much. My ELO was like okay. I didn't get my Worlds invited or anything that year, but my ELO was like decent. I think I was like at least in the top 100 players overall in the season. Because like I only lost to the good players in my area. I would only lose to the good players in my area. So I would like beat everyone else, and then I would hit one of the good players in top cut, and I would lose. Except for Dylan, Dylan the Favor. I always beat Dylan because Dylan played Gyarados, and Gyarados can't beat Shuppet. Except it's just so funny. So back then, I was like the annoying. I was like an annoying. I was an annoying like come up kid where like all the good players knew I was like decent, but none of them wanted to lose to me. But I would always beat Dylan because Dylan played Gyarados, and Dylan would get pissed when he lost to me, bro. It was so funny. So my deck auto beats Gyarados, but I beat Dylan so many times that he eventually teched in a Dialga into his Gyarados deck, which has a Deafen attack, and the deck I was playing was like super reliant on items. So Deafen says you can't play item cards. And he teched a Garrett or a Dialga line into his Gyarados deck. And he did finally beat me in that matchup at that point. But yeah, I would only lose to the good. So my like ELO was pretty decent. I actually maybe I could look up what my. I wonder if that's on. I think I was in the top 100 at that point. I actually think I might be able to look this up. I'm gonna try and look this up. Let's see what I actually was. I think I was decent back then. I had decent ELO. Let's see if I can find this. It might exist on the site still. Is it 2010? No, it's not here. Well, it kind of is. I wonder if I can search the leaderboards and maybe it's there. I don't know if it's on the leaderboards though. Probably not. How far do the leaderboards? The leaderboards only go back to 2014. So yeah, I guess it's just kind of lost. But yeah, that was the ELO system back then. You had people like dropping from tournaments, or like they would go 5-0 at Nats and then they would drop because they're like, all right, should be good enough for my invite or whatever. And like it was only 40 spots, so there wasn't that many people doing it, but there was those people doing it. But yeah, a lot of people, yeah. So that's why ELO system is bad, because you had people like literally just dropping from tournaments. Yeah, you literally had like people drop, which is bad. It's a bad system if you have like the best players in the world showing up to the biggest tournament of the year and dropping from it, even when they could still win the whole tournament, right? That's not like a good tournament system, I don't think. They still have ELO for this year, or at least yeah, you have like a rating, but it doesn't. That's what they used to. The rating is what used to be your, which would determine your rank. So it used to be that rating was, everyone's rating was paired up against each other in a leaderboard, and then the top 40 got their invite. And I forget when that stopped. It might have been the 2013 year, because 2013 was the first year I got my invite, and it was a championship point year. So I think you needed 300, maybe 350 championship points. That was the first year I got my invite. It was Vancouver Worlds. That was definitely a championship point year. The year before that might have also been championship points, but I don't think it was. And I think the year before 2013 was in San Diego, if I remember correctly. Maybe it was Hawaii and then San Diego before that. Yeah, ELO system, basically ELO system is terrible for the world's invite structure. ELO system on a ranked ladder on PTCG Live would be great, but as like the world's invite structure, that's terrible. Championship points is way better. What was your rating this year? Oh, I can check. Let's see. Not as good as it could have been, that's for sure. But I can check. Wait, where do you see that? Anyway, I don't even know where you see that. 2013 points. Okay. Um. Wait. 2013 North American International Championship points 19. Oh, that's for like the quarter. Um. Where's my rating? Wait, where do you see the rating? I click the points and it should drop down. Okay, so click on my overall points. All the way at the bottom, am I going? I still don't see this. Wait, can I check on? Oh, rating. Okay, ratings 2023. My rating is. Oh, wait, do I have to go all the way to the bottom? I think I have to go all the way to the bottom. My rating is 1916. If that's the last 2304, 2306, 1916, I think. Or is it? Does it tell me at the top? It does not tell me at the top. Rating change. Rating after. Opponent's rating. Your rating, your opponent's rating. Round one. Yeah, all the way at the bottom. It has to be all the way at the bottom. Wait. Is this actually? Oh, but NAIC isn't in this. NAIC isn't listed in the rating system there. I don't know. It's weird. It stopped at Fresno regionals. Yeah, it stopped at Fresno. NAIC is not there for some reason. Problem's the last event, but NAIC isn't. Yeah, that's weird. Yeah, my rating is 1916. So that's what it would have been in the old ELO system. My rating of 1916 would have been paired up against everyone else's rating, depending on what theirs was. And then the people with the top 40 ratings got an invite to Worlds. My brother got an invite to Worlds his first year, but he was maybe both my brothers did. I think it was just one of them actually. Just one of my brothers got his invite. He was a senior though. So he was in the top 40 for Worlds in 2010, and he got his invite. But he didn't go because it was Hawaii, so it was too expensive. What was I gonna say? Yeah, but it's a trash system. The ELO system or the rating system, whatever it was, is trash. No good. Not a good system. So it's a good thing we're in championship points. Yeah, what I was saying was before all this, what I was saying was it's hard to calculate how much like is like how hard is it 600 points? So like what did they change from what are the differences between the 2019 season and this season? In the 2019 season, you had a best finish limit of 8 for cups and challenges. It was 500 points, right? Last season's a little bit hard to compare because there was 1/4 of locals and they did lower the points, but that's reasonable for because they only ended up with 1/4 of locals. So we should compare this season to the 2019 season. So the 2019 season was 500 points. Best finish limit of 8 for cups and challenges. Was it a best finish limit of 8 for regionals as well in 2019? So they reduced the amount of points you can get from locals by 130, and they increased the amount of points you need by 100. So it's definitely going to be quite a bit harder to get your invite if we're comparing it to 2019. I feel like it was pretty reasonable to get your invite in 2019, though, if you tried. Like, anyone who, like, really wanted to work on getting better and get their invite, I feel like most of those people got their invite. Was BFL for cups and regionals per quarter as well, wasn't it? No, in 2019, the BFL was 8 for everything. It was 550? Okay. So 50 more points, and you can get 130 less points from cups and challenges. And it's a little bit harder to calculate how many less points you're going to get from regionals because there's like 2 less. There's 2 less finishes from regionals, but like, what are the placements even looking at? This past season, you need 350 points, and only 130 of them could come from locals. This season, you need 600, but you can only get... I mean, getting that much from locals is a little bit unreasonable, though, right? Like, what is the... You're probably... Not many people are going to be getting 390 points from locals, though, right? Like, what if we even just called it 300? That is true, though, Mamako. That is... I didn't see someone do the math like this before. So you need less points from regionals. They would have bet not many got 130 either. Yeah, that's true. So it would have been a little bit more from the other one as well. So even if we called it 300, and then you need 300 from regionals and ICs, it's not like too ridiculous. And I just think like, so I did tweet out yesterday. What did I tweet? I tweeted, if you're already counting how many top 256s you need from regionals to get your invite, you're already mentally defeated. Which I think that is true. Like, if you don't even have the aspiration to try and get a top 8 at a regional this season, like, the World Championships is supposed to be the top X percentage of competitors based on what Pokemon wants it to be, but I feel like it's not bad. I don't think it's like bad to. I think anyone who like you should have the aspiration of trying to top 8 a regional. Like, if your goal is to get your Worlds invite, I think that's like fair. Like, you should be like making that one of your goals to try and accomplish. And whether you come up with short or you actually achieve it, it's still possible for you to get your invite one way or another. But being like I don't hate the idea now that I'm kind of thinking about it more, that Pokemon has made the invite structure what it is. I don't hate the idea that if your goal at one of the many major tournaments that are possible to attend is just to get a bunch of top 256s or top 128s, I don't know if that mentality of a player should be competing at Worlds, to be honest. And you can always make the argument, well, some people don't have as much time or effort to put into getting better at the game. Well, then maybe you just shouldn't play at Worlds. Like, and that's not like a bad thing, right? It's not a bad thing if you don't have the time and resources to get your Worlds invite. Because it is 600 points. And you don't have the time and effort to get better at the game, so you're not getting more than top 128. And then at that point, it's just like, that's fine. But it doesn't mean you can't still enjoy the game and try and get better at it. And I think if most people make that their focus, most of them who can go to a decent amount of major tournaments will just naturally get their invite. But so many people are worried with how many top 128s they need to get at regionals. It's just like, that seems like so ridiculous to me. Like, that feels so, it feels like you're not even like a competitive, like a, you don't have like, you need to have like some aspect of like a competitive / killer mindset to be a certain caliber of competitor. And I feel like it's not bad if like those players don't make it to Worlds. Like, I don't know. Yeah, people have been so spoiled by TPCI having relatively easy Worlds invites that they think it should be available to everyone. Yeah. I think that is part of it for sure, Mako. People have been spoiled by TPCI having relatively easy Worlds invites. And when we did have easier Worlds invites, I didn't think that was like a bad thing. But if we are moving away from that, I also don't think that's a bad thing. Playing at the World Championships isn't for everyone. Literally not everyone can do it. And if there does have to be a little more effort put forth by the people who want to achieve it, there will, like, people will fill those slots, right? Those slots are going to get filled. It's just whether or not you have the availability to put in that effort. Like, it is a hobby. But playing Pokemon can still be a hobby for you, even if you can't get your Worlds invite anymore. And if the only thing you ever wanted was the Worlds invite, if the only thing I ever wanted was the Worlds invite, I don't know where do I want to go with this. Like, I have a thought where I want to go with this. The only thing you ever really wanted was the Worlds invite. I guess, do you really enjoy the Pokemon TCG enough to begin with? Like, where does like, but if you just focus on playing the game and improving, and then try to go to as many major tournaments as is reasonable for you, then I think most people will end up with their invite if they put in the effort. I don't know. You appreciate 36 months there, Fink. I don't mind people using top 8 as a goal for the new players. Top 128 as a goal for newer players. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. I just think like it's always just. I think it's weird. I think it's a bad. Like, I think you want to excel past the mentality of putting any number goal on anything, and make your goal overall just to like improve more. World should be difficult to achieve, but there should be LCQs. Why should there be LCQs? Like, nobody in Magic says, I won't play anymore if I can't go to Worlds. I know it's 2 different games, but you can still have fun and be competitive without it. I mean, Magic is a great example of basically everyone knowing they won't get to Worlds and then still playing the game, right? They have like 3,000 player tournaments or whatever, and and no one has any plans of going to Worlds, right? Very few people have any plans of going to Worlds in Magic. And a lot of like great players don't even ever end up going to Worlds, right? Isn't there Worlds like 16 players or something? Like, be happy there's even a point system. I mean, I think that's a bad take as well. Just because it could be worse because other games do it differently doesn't mean we should have to be content with whatever Pokemon gives us. But I don't think Pokemon needs to be as we don't need to have a Worlds like Magic, that's for sure. In 18, even with 400 CP needed for Worlds, I found travel hell to work with my job. Yeah, that's what I said. It's not going to be it's like Pokemon at the end of the day is a luxury hobby where like if you want to try and achieve and play in the biggest tournament of the year, Worlds, you do have to like there has to be some kind of time sacrifice for like the rest of your life. And it doesn't work for everyone, but I think still even just playing the game as much as you can locally if you really enjoy it and want to keep it as a hobby and then go to as many major tournaments as you can. Like there's and especially now there's always a chance, right? You could just win your regional. Worst part about 18 was 2 cups per quarter. Yeah, that kind of made like everyone grind throughout the year. I'm glad they got rid of that. However, do not like the removal of the open. I mean, it is just probably a Japan specific thing. I don't think they're done with doing opens. They just can't do it for Japan for whatever reason, whatever that reason might be. Magic World is a hell of a lot smaller than it used to be. Hasn't it always been like 16 to 20, 24 players? The real goal is the Pro Tour in Magic. Worlds is the pipe dream. Is the Pro Tour back in Magic, or are they still done with it? What is it back in the exact same way that it was before? Pokemon's the only game where lots of players consider Worlds as an option. Yeah. I think it would be good if the mentality overall of Pokemon switches from getting your Worlds invite to just like kind of enjoying playing the game and trying to be competitive at it, being as competitive as you can for how competitive you want to be, and then for the people who have the extra time and resources to go to more major tournaments to be able to chase the Worlds invites, then they should. But for everyone else, your goals, if we have to scale back goals of instead of trying to get your Worlds invite, trying to top 8 your a regional and making, make your Worlds, I think if we change kind of maybe change the mindset of major tournaments to like that being your Worlds, right? Like if you probably can't go to Worlds, you're not going to get invite, make NAIC your World Championships, right? Like make that your big tournament of the year. And that could lead to you getting your invite if you do get top 2, right? Or do well enough with the other points you have acquired. I like the way Pokemon does their Worlds invite because it gives you incentive to keep playing throughout the whole year. Bandai TCGs, you top 16 a regional early in the season, earn your invite, and then there isn't as much motivation to play for the rest of the season. Also, like, it makes it a little bit less accessible. Well, actually, I don't know if that's true. Like, if you have to top 16 one major tournament to get your invite versus just having the ability to get 600 championship points to get your invite, which one of that is more accessible to like non-top players? Like, you do have to go deep. You have to get at least one deep run in a tournament, but it feels like you currently maybe have to do that anyways, but it doesn't guarantee your invite. In the past, the current point system for Pokemon definitely made getting your invite way more accessible. 15 years ago, it used to be 64 to 100 people. Oh, Magic Worlds did? Okay. Keep in mind, Magic doesn't even have open regionals. What's the easiest method to make CP when basing the ocean do well at locals and major tournaments? I mean, go to local tournaments and win them. Just win. Yeah, go to cups and challenges and win them. Or if you can afford it, travel outside of Australia, which I know is expensive. but that's like the only other thing to do. Win cups and challenges, and if you can afford it and have the time to, travel outside of Australia to some major tournaments. I think we still have to change the topic, I am way more concerned about how they're making sets. At first I was happy for the decreased power level, but it seems like they're not really going for an interesting low power format. They're just printing filler at an even higher rate than last generation. I actually don't think that's true. I think it's probably maybe similar filler, if not less filler. The reason it seems like it is so much filler is because the older cards are just too powerful. But if they printed new cards that were more powerful than those cards, then it probably would just be like an infinite cycle of they're trying to have like a little bit more control of the power level, but I think we're just in I think we just need to wait for rotation. Like we need Battle VIP Pass to rotate. We need maybe Lost Zone stuff to rotate before stuff really settles down and we can see the potential of some of these Stage 2 cards. Just like a lot of them are not viable in the current meta. That's why it seems like it's filler, because they're literally just bad cards compared to Lost Box and Arceus and I don't know, what else do we have? Guardy, with all the Guardy cards that Guardy has. Because of all that stuff, it makes it seem like all the new cards suck. But who knows? Like 2 rotations from now, Meowscarada could be like BDIF. Probably not, but like, you know what I'm saying? Maybe Charizard. And hopefully the power level like kind of remains consistent, but I feel like Paradox Pokemon are probably going to push the boundaries a little bit when we get them after Worlds. We'll see though. Maybe Paradox Pokemon would just be cool. Is my tier list done? No, I'll probably do a tier list sometime. I do want to do a tier list heading into Worlds, probably sometime this weekend. Can't wait for the Paradox, but yeah, I'm excited for them as well. The issue with that is that we have someone already and they don't have a unique card type that would work on. Yeah, but they're gonna do something. That has to be the mechanic they add or they reveal at Worlds is Paradox Pokemon, because there's still a ton of Paradox Pokemon that have not been revealed yet. So like the ones that we currently have are just gonna get kind of left out in the wind, but the other ones are gonna have something special about them for sure. That's my assumption, anyways. That's my current guess, because there's almost a majority of the Paradox Pokemon we don't even have, right? And then the next set is called something Paradox, so there's gonna be like a Paradox mechanic in the set after World, or we'll get it as a set after what's it called? I mean, it's called Paradox Rift. Yeah, exactly. I suppose it's a good-ish idea that they're reversing power creep a bit, but I wish they would try to power creep the single prizes a bit more to close the gap between them and the stage 2 and the 2 prizes. Like one prize stage 2s should have 200 HP more frequently. One prize. Wait, what do you mean one prize stage 2? Like when the V-Stars rotate, stuff like Reverum is probably not going to be able to compete with like Charizard EX. Like Charizard EX is going to be better than Reverum, you know what I'm saying? Like just give us an on-rule box, old rule rare candy. That solves so much. I think that probably solves nothing, because none of the stage 2s that aren't rule box Pokemon are not very good. You're going to be like, oh, I can't candy out my Charizard turn 2. Okay, you go pass, and they candy out their, I don't know, shitty stage 2 Pokemon. You go, okay, next turn I candy out my Charizard EX. I'm like, well, mine still sucks. We have 2 prizes over 300 HP. Power creep is a mess. I don't know. I disagree. I think the game is headed in a good direction. It's just we have the problematic cards. HP. All right, so I think people have a bad idea about the HP number doesn't actually make a difference. Like stuff having 200 HP is not actually a problem. Like I always go back to what I always say. It's like the game just has to be fun and interesting. That's all that truly matters. I think we're just unfortunately stuck in a weird spot where we're still stuck with the stuff from Lost Origins and V-Stars which are just better than the stage 2 Pokemon. So we just need to wait. We're like a rotation or 2 away. We're just kind of waiting for a rotation or 2. That's what we're waiting for. We need Battle VIP Pass to leave, and then we maybe even need Lost Box stuff to rotate. But then after that, we'll only be stuck with stage 2 EXs, and then we can truly see how good they are. But I don't think we can really judge them until we get to that point. You know what I'm saying? So 2 years we're back, maybe 1 year. Battle VIP Pass rotates with next rotation, so that might be enough, to be honest. I appreciate the 10 months there, Sonic Dream. Yeah, Battle VIP Pass rotates. That might be enough, to be honest. Battle VIP Pass rotating might be enough to make things feel better. Because I hate Battle VIP Pass. I hate that card so much. I'm so ready for it to rotate. Tilting? Yeah, and to be honest, they could mess everything could still be messed up after rotation happens, or it could still feel bad. It feels not great. I don't think like the current meta is terrible. It doesn't feel great though. It doesn't feel great. Every pro hates VIP Pass. Can you explain why? Because generally, the better you get at the game, the better understanding you have of balance of the game, and Battle VIP Pass is just a bad card in the game. So every good player just understands that Battle VIP Pass, even if we play it, we know the card is not a good, healthy card in the game. So it's just generally, the better you are at something, the better understanding you have of it. So all the good players have a good understanding of the game, which means they understand that Battle VIP Pass is a poorly designed card. That's literally just it. The problem is that the turn 1 supporter rule was a mistake intended to patch the brokenness of Welder. No, the turn 1 support, dude, I'm not going to go off on this one. If you think they should reverse the turn 1 supporter rule, you just are literally lost. You're like, you have no idea what it means to, it would just be terrible. It would be so bad. Like, we need a card type called Fast Supporter that can be used on turn 1 going first. We already do have that, don't we? Don't we have a card that can be used turn 1 going first? They're not good though. And it would have to be like a nerfed effect. It would have to be like a nerfed effect to use it going first, and then the follow-up effect would have to be worse. And at that point, it's just not good. It's not a good card. Being able to use a supporter going first would be awful. It would be so bad. And then you can't balance it because it would have to have a really nerfed effect that you could use going first, and then it would have to have a that's why the game doesn't feel terrible to go second right now, is because you don't get to play a supporter going first. I actually think that's like a turn one rules are maybe the most balanced they have like ever been. I'm trying to think I think maybe 2010 is the other time, but 2010 you are also severely limited onto what you could do on your first turn. This is some of the best balanced turn 1 rules in like the history of the Pokemon TCG. Is what we have currently. This is some of the best balanced turn 1 rules like almost ever. I think 2010 might be the only turn 1 rules that are, I don't know the turn 1 rules before 2010 well enough to have an opinion on them, but from the Pokemon that I have played, I would rank turn 1 rules probably 2010 current, and then I don't know what I would put under that, but I think everything is worse under that. Well, there might only been one other change in there, to be honest, but yeah. I don't even know if 2010 is, to be honest, 2010 might be worse. You were pretty severely limited going first. I think VIP has to make it feel a bit unbalanced. I guess like when you go second and then you get to find more VIP passes through a supporter, but then when you go first, you're not being able to use a supporter, but you're still trying to find VIP passes. And if you get them, it's great. If you don't, it feels like you're going second anyways without VIP passes. Yeah, I fear we'll get Big Basic Zack before the new EXs even get a real chance. I mean, we'll see what they do with Paradox. VIP is a bad fix for what should be a supporter that looks like Bridget / play a turn 1 going first. I mean, maybe. I don't know, but you say that like that's their intention, though, Jolly Flying Man. I can't imagine they designed Battle VIP Pass to be in as many decks as it is. I think they made Battle VIP Pass, and we're hoping it would only show up in aggressive decks like Mew and like Lost Box. But then when it found its way into way more decks than that, which I don't think was the intention of the card. I think they thought, oh, well, you can't use this after turn 1, so only aggressive decks will play it. But I think way more decks use the card than they thought would. That's what like made it so bad. They don't know how everything is going to turn out. They they didn't print Battle VIP Pass to replace not being able to play a supporter on your first turn. I think that is that. I mean, that seems like super flawed, because if we didn't have Battle VIP Pass in the format, the turn 1 rule should still maintain that you can't play a supporter going first. If we only had Ultra Ball and Nest Ball, and that would still be healthier, would still be really healthy turn 1 rules. Like, what percentage of Worlds decks will include Battle VIP Pass? I mean, Guardy plays it, Qian Pao plays it, all Lost Box variants play it. Arceus decks don't play it, and yeah, at least 60%, right? I don't know what else doesn't play it though. More than I thought played it, to be honest. Not when I started thinking about it. Let me see this. Metagame. Lugia doesn't play it. Arceus and Lugia are the only decks that don't play it, I guess. My prediction for day 2 Worlds, Reggie shows up. Nope. There's no shot. You think stuff will pack Empoleons? No, I don't think. Empoleon's not a very good answer to Lost Zone stuff. I don't think we're going to see any Empoleons. Empoleon ruins your setup. If you have 2 Empoleons in play, every Lost Box deck has a way around Empoleon eventually. I think you should have 2 Empoleons sitting in play. Those are some pretty wild predictions. Jolly, you're on one for sure. Ryan has its own VIP pass. True. Yeah, it's just Arceus. It's just basically just Arceus and the Arceus and Lugia. Palkia gonna turn up day 1. That'd be cool to see. I could see that, to be honest. The Palkia deck is like pretty solid, to be honest. Arc picks day 1 goat. Nah, Vulpix is terrible. %, is a lot for a supposed fringe item card. Well, I don't know about fringe, but I don't think they plan for it to be played in everything the way it is. That's what I'm saying. They don't predict everything of how the meta is going to develop, or what they think might be good, or what they test that seems good might not end up being good at all, actually. Because how a meta develops is not always going to be 100% how they expect it to go. They can't predict everything. That's why, like, sometimes cards get banned. I don't know, Empoleon isn't amazing anyway. No, Empoleon sucks. What do you think about Empoleon's attack after you've attacked 3 times with it? It's got all messy with the energies. I mean, it shouldn't be that hard to manage. If you're attacking 3 times with Empoleon, you should be winning the game. Yeah, if you're not winning the game, if you got to attack 3 times with an Empoleon, then you messed up somewhere. I don't know what you messed up, but you messed up something. Oh, this is really good as well. The win a regionals, get your invite. Win a European special event, get your invite. Top 2 in IC, get your. I think it should be like top 4 or something though. To be honest, like, I also think like winning an IC should probably get you a tier 1 invite. Like, I think they could have done a little bit more. I think regional championships should be 1st and 2nd invite, and then IC should be like top 4 invite, or even top 8 invite, and then top 2 or top 4 tier 1 invite. I think they could have expanded on this a little bit. But this is like a step in the right direction for sure. I think they could have expanded a little bit on it, though. I think there could have been a little bit more given here. It's not terrible, though, right? Like I said, step in the right direction. Definitely a positive. I think definitely a positive. So at least we have that happening. Chip pointed this out on the podcast. That, I don't know, is this true? Chip said this usually isn't here, where they mark how many play points you get for a tournament. So Chip was saying that he thinks that they might be doing something with play points again. I don't know what they would do, but top 8 regionals, top 16 ICs would be awesome. Top 8 regionals is a lot, to be honest. I don't know about that. What are play points? For every tournament you go to, depending on what level the tournament is, you get a play point. But they don't like. But that's it. So like going to a regional, you get 3 play points. And this is something that's been a constant. Like every tournament you go to, you get play points. But you can't do anything with them. But Chip was saying that this hasn't shown up on these kind of pages until this one as of late. I don't know if that's true or not, though. Maybe play points to register for an IC. Maybe they are going to do that as part of registration. Like, you need a certain amount of play points to go to ICs. Do you get play points for going to a league night 2 at locals? I think you get play points just for being registered to a local. I'm not sure though. Chip hella lying. That's what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure they were there. Maybe I could be wrong though. Play points used to be, yeah, you used to need play points for nationals. But that's the only thing you ever needed them for. And then based on how many play points you had, you did used to get sent like promo cards. I like the changes. Now fix the online client and give us official online support and we're good. That's what I'm talking about, Mello. That would be nice. And then this thing as well. It does look like they're gearing up for 2,000 plus player ICs next season. So theoretically EUIC and NAIC, we might be seeing 2,000 plus players at those. And then we'll probably see over 1,000 players at LAIC. I thought LAIC was closer in terms of numbers, but would I support a side deck? I mean, I'm kind of neutral on it. I don't really care, to be honest. It would have to only be like 1 or 2 cards, though. Your side deck would have to only be 1 or 2 cards, but I wouldn't really care if they do it or don't do it, to be honest. And I think I think they probably won't do it, but it doesn't make sense to need play points to register to ICs because it will reduce the number of players they want to increase. I mean, they want it to cap, but they don't need more players than it would to cap it. So if they required players to have play points to play in ICs, I don't think it would be the end of the world, and it would still cap. Like, ICs would still hit their caps even if they required play points. Like, the caps aren't not capping. Like, no cap. I'm so jealous my friend was able to play a One Piece regional from his computer last weekend, so he didn't leave his kid for 3 days. I don't think we'll ever get that level of tournaments online, but some kind of play points through a ladder system would be nice. A real ranked ladder system. There are too many silver bullets for there to be a side deck in Pokemon. That's why it'd have to be like 1 or 2 cards. So like you can play, your side deck could be a Spiritomb if you want to. But if you don't play against a single Mew, did you really want Spiritomb in there, or did you want something else? You know what I'm saying? So a side deck in Pokemon would have to be like 1 card, maybe 2. Oh shit, 50 for top 1,000? That's what I'm saying, Mello. Get in there. Hit up EUIC, NAIC, 100 points. Pick up, I don't know how many locals you'll be able to go to, but they can just give play points a priority and open up to anyone if it doesn't cap. That'd be interesting, actually, with Mako. I wouldn't be against that. Like, if you have a certain threshold amount of play points, you actually get priority to register. Is that a bad thing? I don't know if that is a bad thing. I think that would be fine. I wouldn't hate that. I know some people would definitely have problems with that. People are obsessed with saying that, like, invites and stuff like that is like pay to win. But like everything is pay to win to an extent. Like nothing is not pay to win. It's just a question of like how much pay to win it is. And it doesn't, the biggest thing about the pay to win thing is like that shouldn't be, that just because someone else can pay more. The pay to win argument for a Pokemon TCG invite is such a bad argument because it doesn't, who cares if someone else got their invite because they were able to go to every single regional and IC they possibly could? Why does that stop you from getting your invite from going to less? It doesn't. Who cares if they got their invite from that? Like, life's not fair. And sometimes you have to do with more with less to succeed at the same rate someone else does. But that's just like, it's just such a stupid argument. Anyone who like brings up pay to win as an argument around like Pokemon TCG invites and stuff is such a stupid argument. Like, at that point, you're basically arguing that you should be able to everyone should just have a Worlds invite. If you're bringing up pay to win as an argument for Pokemon invites, you're basically arguing everyone should just get their Pokemon invite. That's what you're basically arguing. You're like, everyone who just wants their invite to Worlds should just get it because I can't afford to go to any tournament. So I should get my invite. Like, bringing up pay to win as an argument is just so dumb. It's just a terrible argument. You can argue that because everything is pay to win to an extent. Nothing is not pay to win. You can argue that you think it is too hard for the average player to get an invite. That's the one thing you can argue for. But you should have to go to a certain number of events to even have the potential to get your invite. I think that's fair. Like, you shouldn't be able to just be like, well, I can go to 2 League Cups total for this Pokemon season. You shouldn't be able to just say, I can go to two League Cups total for this Pokemon season, and if I can't achieve my Worlds invite from that, then it's unfair. Like, why can't I achieve my Worlds invite from winning both? If I win both my League Cups, why can't I get my Worlds invite? It's like, okay, you need to go to more than that. But you have to be like, okay, at what point, for average placements for like, and maybe not even, it's definitely for above average players. Let me take that back, actually. Average players at Pokemon tournaments, most of them are not striving to get their invite, and almost all of them won't get their invite. So it's above average players in terms of above average rate of tournaments they're going to, and above average in terms of skill that will walk away with a Worlds invite. So how many tournaments should those players have to go to get their Worlds invite is the question. And the current system doesn't seem, the current system they're laying out, I don't think seems bad. It's not for everyone though. If you can only go to 2 regionals, then the Worlds invite just isn't for you. Like, you can't, like, if you can do it in that, that's great. But on average, for a competitive player who's trying to get Worlds, that's probably going to be hard to achieve, right? If you can only go to 2 Worlds, but then you just can't go. And but it's not pay to win just because someone can afford to go to 4 regionals. It doesn't make it pay to win. It's just, that's the, like, there needs to be a certain amount of events, of an expected average number of events that you need to attend to be able to get your Worlds invite. It doesn't mean, like, you should just make, and that's what part of my tweet what kind of meant. You should just, every tournament you go to should be the tournament you're trying to win. Like, you should go to every tournament with not the expectation of, okay, I'm playing my safe deck that I know the best, and I'm aiming for top 256 here. You should be like playing to win the tournament. Like, and if you don't have that mentality to begin with, and I think it's like I think you should have some level of that mentality to be a Worlds level competitor. I think it's fine to like say that. Oh, it's pay to win because you can travel, but it's not pay to win. Like, you're not, like, it's not like you can still win and get your invite just by going to 1 regional. Like, pay to win, but the term pay to win is like not. So on average, how many regionals do you think it would take to get a Worlds invite from an average to above average player? I have no clue, to be honest. Like the way that people look at pay to win is like not what it actually is, though. I can't explain that's not what it actually is, because if you can only go to 1 regional, you can still if you can only go to 1 regional, if you can literally only go to 1 regional, you can put in the effort to win that regional, and then you literally get your invite. So you don't have any excuses in that terms that you shouldn't be going all out for that 1 regional. If your goal is to get your Worlds invite, and you can go to 1 regional, you now literally have a route of just going to 1 regional to get your invite. It's pretty expensive to enter a regional compared to other card games. I think people wouldn't be upset if the price to entry was lowered. It's pretty. Is it though? How much does it cost? It costs more to play in a Magic regional, right? It costs more to play in a Magic regional. How much does it cost to go to like a Yu-Gi-Oh regional equivalent? It's pay to compete, which is different. That's a better term for sure. Magic regional are invite only and free. Invite only and free. It's more, but the payout in Magic is more, I believe. The payout in Magic is more. Yeah, good. Pay to win means that literally if you pay, you win. But that's not true. Actually, yeah, okay, yeah. Pay to win doesn't work here because you can't pay to win. You can't just pay for championship points. You just pay for the opportunity for championship points. So you pay to compete, and you get to compete more at a higher rate than some players, but that doesn't mean you can't make do with what you get to compete in and walk away with the exact same, if not more than them, if you outwork them in terms of practice and preparation. So pay to win is just a terrible term. Yeah, it's pay to compete, and some people will have more opportunities to compete, but sitting there and complaining about it, you should be out there grinding games instead of complaining about how people get more opportunities. That's like, yeah, the pay to win, like, yeah, those players are beyond mentally defeated already. If you're arguing the pay to win thing in the Pokemon TCG, you're already like, you're never recovering. That's it. You should just quit, to be honest. You shouldn't even attempt for your Worlds invite. If you're arguing pay to win for the Pokemon TCG invite, that's just pack it up. We're done here. That's like the worst mental state I think you could possibly be in as a competitor is if you're complaining about Pokemon Worlds invites being pay to win. Regionals do be kind of expensive these days, though. I don't know. Like I said, how much does it cost for the other ones? Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals are $20, but you need to get an invite to Nationals, and only top 4 Nationals get to go to Worlds. Yu-Gi-Oh! Regionals are top 4, but you need to get an invite to Nationals. Pokemon players will complain about anything. I mean, yeah, there's someone in the Pokemon community will complain about any little thing in the Pokemon community. It's just that thing needs to happen, and all of a sudden they like turn on. It's like they're like a switch flips for that person specifically when something happens in the Pokemon community, and it's their turn to complain. I'm gonna advocate for that. I'll pay $200 entry fee for 3 free wins. Just a 3-round buy for $200. No shot. No, that would be bad. That's pay to win. See, because you're actually ending up with wins. So Magic regionals are free. Is that what someone said? But you have to qualify for them. And then in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's $20 to enter a regional. But then to get to nationals, you need an invite, and then top 4 of nationals go to worlds. Okay. Yeah, maybe Pokemon regionals are more expensive than all the other ones. I can't say for sure if I think Pokemon regionals are overpriced. Magic is 30, I believe. Dude, last time when I tried to look up Magic tournaments, it was like $100. What was I looking at? What is the equivalent? Someone tell me what's the equivalent of a Magic tournament right now. I'm gonna look this up. Of a Magic regionals, what are those called? Grand Prix? Or what's the other one? That's like a Grand Prix. Grand Prix are no longer existent. They're just called Pro Tours. When SCG or NRG host large tournaments, they're expensive. In what? Magic or Pokemon or? Pro Tours are like ICs. Pro Tours isn't regional equivalent. Is there anything regional equivalent in Magic anymore, or is it just Pro Tours? It's a little ridiculous to go to an event for $70 and then have barely any of that be paid back into the pricing. I feel like that's where the argument for paying for points comes from. How does that make any? I mean, that doesn't. I mean, I don't think I don't think that's an equivalent exchange though, right? I think they just brought the Pro Tour back this year. That's what I heard. That's what people were saying. Yeah, there was RCQs, basically cups, but you have to get to one, to a regional. Yeah, but is a regional a Grand Prix? Gotta pay for the venue somehow. Yeah, I just don't know. Like, I mean, we'll see how much they charge us for regionals this year. It is a little bit. Yeah, I just don't know what should be the cost, to be honest. Like, people pay $70, obviously. Look at that, Azul. Okay. SCG. The world's premier trading card game conventions. SCG. That's $80, right? Commander. Oh, no. Maybe it isn't $80. Where my basic bundle is. Your favorite formats with over 40 events to choose from. I mean, that's $100. But it's like a con thing, right? There's even a major tournament here. Modern 20K trial, $35 entry. But that's after you get your event pass. Yeah, but you have to have your event pass and then you have to pay $35 for the modern tournament, right? Consider that a top tier Yu-Gi-Oh deck costs around $700. That's even more if you don't play standard. I don't think we need to make that comparison, do we? Like, I don't think we need to compare just because it's cheaper to play Pokemon doesn't mean that entry fee should be. It affects the overall cost of being competitive in the Pokemon TCG, but I don't think that's a bad comparison, right? Like, just because it's cheaper to get a Pokemon deck than a Magic deck doesn't mean that the entry fee should be higher, because the TOs aren't seeing any of the The TOs aren't the ones who are losing out on money by Pokemon cards being cheaper. So that doesn't make any sense to like compare those. It should just be compared to like, okay, I mean, Pokemon cards being cheaper is just a reason to play Pokemon. But then it's like, okay, should TOs be charging us this much entry fee? What was the last regional? Fresno? How much did they charge us for Fresno? Was it 60? Well, NAIC was $60, right? It's like NAIC was cheaper than most regionals. Like most regionals were what, $70? Yeah, should they be charging us $70 is just kind of the question. I still think Pokemon is the second best despite all of this, organization-wise. Probably. It probably goes Magic and then Pokemon. It's hard to get. It's like there's not as much has happened. I heard that the One Piece regional was ran. The last One Piece regional I heard was ran terribly. Or some people complaining about it on Twitter. Maybe it was the last One Piece regional. Maybe it was the one before the last one. I don't know. Yeah, so I mean the entry fee of being $70 would be just the question. Is that like too much? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Like if like it so the TOs are the ones that charge the entry fee and they get the entry fee. But the entry fee has nothing to do with the prize pool. The prize pool for Pokemon, I'm pretty sure, is supplied by I don't think it says on here. I'm pretty sure the prize pool for Pokemon regionals is supplied by Pokemon. Would be my guess. I wonder if it even says that. Oh no, we don't have that. It doesn't say it here, does it? Prizes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the prize pool is supplied by Pokemon. So the TOs are the ones who run the events. The TOs are the ones that run the events and then charge the entry fee. And it's fair for the TOs to make a profit. I mean, another thing that is like in like in a capitalist system, like if you put something out there, and I've had this discussion like with I've thought about this before because of like my coaching, and basically if you charge a price on something, there's two outcomes you want from the product you're putting out there, right? You either need to move a certain amount of that product to make it worth moving that product, or you only need that product to move for a certain amount of value, right? So like theoretically, I could charge $1,000 for an hour of coaching, right? But I could be like, I don't want to do an hour of coaching unless I get $1,000. So then if I don't get any coaching, I'm fine with that. And if I get some coaching, I'm like, okay, it's worth it to me because I'm getting $1,000. So my coaching wouldn't be for what I'm charging for my coaching. To me, my coaching is not overpriced or underpriced. It is priced at the point that I would want to spend an hour doing an hour of coaching, right? Now, if I wanted to sell, let's say 10 hours of coaching a week, if I wanted to fill up my let's say my coaching schedule is 10 hours a week, and I wanted to fill all 10 hours, I would have to make myself worth a certain amount that I could charge a certain amount. And I was still trying to maximize how much I could get a return on that, right? Get a return on that, but I would also want to fill those 10 hours. And because I would want to fill those 10 hours, I probably wouldn't be able to charge $1,000, right? So I have to be like, okay, what is a price point that I can charge? How much is my coaching? How much can I make my coaching worth? Based on, you know, like based on who I am. Like how much do I think my coaching is worth to other people based on who I am? And how much can I get for that to fill out those 10 hours, right? So like my current coaching rate is $50 an hour, I think, is what I have it at. So that's what I currently have it. My coaching schedule is always full. So could I go higher on my coaching? Maybe. Like my coaching schedule is literally always full. I don't ever have an opening, basically. So could I go higher? Maybe, because my coaching is in demand enough that I literally never have an opening available. So I could theoretically go higher, but to like set that initial price point, I'd be like, I want 10 coaching hours to sell for me every week, and I want those coaching hours to be filled every single week. So I'd have to like pick a price that works for that to fill them. But if I don't care if I coach or not, unless I'm getting a certain amount of money, then I can set the price to whatever I want. So me charging like $10,000 for an hour of coaching, if that's the only amount of money I would want to get before I would consider coaching, then that's also fine. But I'm also not trying to move any of the product unless it sells for that much, right? So then, but it depends on what you're trying to do with it. So for like regionals, them charging $70, it's like, okay, they want to sell all their tickets. So it's like, how much can we charge? How much can we charge for and still move all of our tickets, right, to the regionals? And they're moving at $70, right? So it's like, okay, where are they not gonna like? Or maybe they push for? They could even like push for 80 next season. And the only point where it becomes actually, I mean, I'm sure at like a certain price point, Pokemon would step in and be like, all right, you can't charge $150 for a registration fee. Pokemon maybe even gives them some guidelines to work with, or just being like, I don't know, maybe Pokemon would step in at some point, right? Be like, all right, you can't charge $150 for registration. But if they went up to 80 next season, they probably are. Most regionals are still probably going to sell out, right? Even if they go up to 80, it would have to get to the point where the consumer thinks it's not worth paying the price for the product, right? If the first regional of the season in Pittsburgh costs $100 to register, and then their cap for Masters is like 1,000 players, and they expect 1,000 players, but then only 200 players show up. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, okay, we have to not try and begin such a big return on our product here. So then they'd have to bring registration fee back down to something, right? But if they go up to $80 and then they still cap out on Masters players, and all 1,000 Masters players show up for $80, I mean, that's it, right? Like, why would they don't need to change? Why would they change, right? It has to come down to the players. It has to come down to the consumer for them to change the quality of their product, so they could increase the quality to the point where the consumer then thinks it's worth it to pay $80. So they have to change the quality of the product, or they would have to make the product cheaper. So TOs are always making something, right? TOs are actually they're profiting at the end of the day. They are making a profit. They probably want to try and make as much as they can within a reason. But like the Pokemon community has like this thing about it where it is kind of like, you know, a friendly, you know, people are trying to help each other out to a little bit of extent. So I don't think TOs are like trying to get as much as they possibly can out of the community and suck everyone dry. But they are still trying to make a profit at the end of the day, right? Because they want to keep doing it and trying to make they are trying to make a profit at the end of the day. So. And they should be able to make some amount of profit. It's just like, how much profit could they? And I don't know how much are they trying to min-max on everything. But the question could be like, how much profit are they trying to make, where the community will still keep coming back for more? You know. Old Azul Nemesis is tuning in to see the Shupadon guy charging for coaching. What if you did group coaching like a class? I'm just really bad at like. I'd be really bad at coming up with like a outline for that kind of stuff. I'm just really bad at that kind of stuff, to be honest. I might spend the time to try and make something like that work eventually. That is like something I can do on Medify if I wanted to. But yeah, like also like if TOs didn't care how many players showed up, they could charge $1,000. Like I said, like going back to the other example, like if TOs are like, I don't care how many people come to our regional in the Masters TCG division, I'm gonna charge $1,000, and then 0 people show up, they'd also just be like, that's fine, I didn't want anyone to show up anyways, right? Unless they were giving us $1,000. Now obviously they want people to show up, so they have to find a price point where they're making a profit, which is fine, and people are showing up ideally at the maximum rate, right? They want to hit the cap, maximize their money, but they also don't want to get a stigma about being like a bad organizer and everyone just being like, yeah, no, fuck them, we're not going to overload events anymore because they charge $80, and then all of a sudden their first regional only gets 500 of 1,000, and the second regional gets 300 of 1,000, and then it goes down and down and down. Then they're in trouble, right? So that they're not trying to set a price point so high that no one shows up. But if last year's an example, every US regional capped at the price point of like $70, right? It was like 65 to 70. Every regional was 65 to 70. Some of them were like $72 with taxes or something, right? So we'll see what they end up charging us this year. I don't think it'll go up. I could see it going down, to be honest. I could see them like being maybe like, all right, maybe we kind of push it over to the limit, or maybe TPCI steps in and be like, all right, we're setting a flat price point of $60 next season. Work with that. But I doubt they can even do that though, to be honest, because like theoretically, depending on where the regional is placed, they should charge more, right? Like the California regionals probably should cost more to enter than a regional in, I don't know, where's like Indianapolis probably, right? Like the regional in LA should probably have a higher entry fee than the regional in Indianapolis, or what's like Peoria. Yeah, the regional in Peoria should probably be cheaper than the regional in Indianapolis. I think that's like not Indianapolis. The regional in Peoria should be cheaper than the regional in LA for like entry fee, because it probably costs more to run a regional in LA Then Peoria. I'm just making a guess. Just a guess here. What registration prices look like in Japan to get rid of the lottery system? I have no clue. Honestly, for like the problem in Japan, you know what they could do in Japan is they could run like 2 events for 1 event. That's what they could do in Japan. Is like they could run 2 events for 1 event. So like when they had like, what was their most recent? Well, maybe they should the Japan Championships should say the championships, but like, what was their most recent event before that? They had Champions League Nagata. They could have like 2 Champions League Nagatas. So the first one has 2,700 players or 3,000 players, and the second one has 3,000 players. It's just like back-to-back weekends, but it's different players playing in each. That might be like that would be like one solution for Japan, but for the 3,000 players that played at Nagata, there was like another 6,000 players or something that like didn't get in through the lottery system. So like they got a crazy amount of players. That's why Worlds is going to be ridiculous in Japan. It's just going to be so many people. It's going to be like infinite people. Cities and states would be the ideal system. I mean, cities is just League Cups. I don't think cities is... Well, I mean, states coming back would be cool, but cities is literally just League Cups. It's literally the exact same thing we have right now. And I think it's better to have... The format of League Cups is better than the format of cities because it's tournaments like year-round as opposed to just like... What was cities like? There was 2 periods of cities throughout it. I think that's worse than League Cups. You want like constant tournaments to get people into competitive and keeping people interested in competitive throughout the year. States couldn't even be a one-day event anymore. That's true. States would get pretty big, to be honest. States would be pretty big. What if states come back because of the 600? It could, yeah. I do think it would be cool to have a state tournament that would only allow residents from the state to play in. Yeah, I mean, as long as it's like reasonable to moderate that, that'd be interesting. But what if like, would they have a state in every state? Would they have state championships in every state? Or like, how would that work? Would it maybe like states where there's not state championships, you could go to one state championship? That'd be like reasonable, I guess. But like California, didn't California back in the day have 2 state championships? Or am I trolling on that? I think they did, didn't they? Imagine if there wasn't a lottery system and they had a 9,000 player tournament. That would be wild for sure. That'd be cool to see though. That'd be sick. But like, is there a venue that exists that could hold a 9,000 player card game tournament? Like in the US, does something like that exist? Like, is that a thing? Like, does a venue exist to be able to do that? I don't know if a venue does exist to be able to do that, like in America. Because like even Magic tournaments are capping out at like 3,000 players, right? Just get a domed stadium. It would have to be something like that, right? It would have to be digital. I'm pretty sure, yeah. A stadium would. Is that a thing you could do though? Could you get like a... It'd probably be too expensive though, right? Like I don't know if the TO could afford that. I'm pretty sure there was, but the logistics that would have to go into would be wild. It would definitely have to be a podded tournament. It'd have to be like 4 pods or something. Well, yeah, 4 or 5 pods. Staffing the event would be a nightmare. It would be ridiculous, yeah. Yeah, we have to be like 5 pods, and then you have to like stay in your potted area, so cause like walking back and forth in the venue would be like ridiculous. They probably gonna have to like start the pods at different times for when people get into the venue. Usually you want 1 judge for every 20 players. It would be wild. 1 judge for every 20 players. There's no way that's the number though. How many judges were at NAIC? 5. So there was 95 Masters judges? Actually, I could see that. I could see that. We could probably do 5K at Columbus if we booked all the rooms. I don't know. We were pretty cramped in the rooms that we had, to be honest. But I guess there's like there's some other halls as well, not those like 3 main halls. Regionals on live? I personally don't think they should do regionals on live. I think I'm fine. I think it's fine to just keep regionals paper. I think there should be some way to earn championship points on live, but not like regional. I think it doesn't need to be like regional level stuff. Maybe like once a year, doing like an online regional or something like that could be cool, I guess. But I think it should be like minimized for sure. Orlando's convention center largest room capacity is 64,000. Okay, maybe we could run some. Maybe there would be room to do a pretty big one. The McCormick Center in Chicago will be able to get 5K plus. Yeah, we can definitely like get more. We can definitely get up to the. I mean, I don't think we're in America. We're not ready to have like 4,000 or 5,000 player tournaments. I think we could get up to 3K at NAIC though, maybe this year. As long as they give us the venue space to work with, I think we could push for 3K. Why should in-person be the most official way to earn points? I just think that's like part of the reason for the game to exist is to like play IRL. Maybe like I said, maybe having like a couple big online tournaments would be fine. I do kind of feel like that like the point of the game existing is to like play IRL. But I think there should be like earning some championship points online. Maybe like one regional throughout the year online, or like some. Maybe it's not a regional. Maybe it's like this a new kind of tournament where they run once a year or twice a year, like the PTCG Live Open. Like they have a spring one and like a fall one or something. And then they would probably have to do. Maybe they'd have to do it like region locked. A couple different of them region locked because of time zone issues, but. In 2015, Las Vegas had a 7.5K player Magic tournament. So yeah, I guess there's definitely some big venues out there, but there's not many of them. Not many venues could actually fit that many people. I wonder what the maximum amount of people we could fit in. The Indianapolis Convention Center is pretty big. We could fit quite a few people in there. Isn't there some online tournaments that happens online? It's store based. Yeah, but those they don't do them anymore. I thought they were maybe gonna try and continue doing that consistently, but it seems like no, they're not. How many players have spectators at Worlds this year? I don't know, a lot. It's possible the player count's not going to be the largest Worlds ever player count wise, but it's going to be the biggest Worlds ever in terms of people in the convention center. There's just going to be an obnoxious amount of people at Worlds. Las Vegas Worlds would be cool. Yeah, I don't think it'll ever happen though. We've talked about this so many times. Las Vegas Worlds is probably never happening. But I would be fine. I'd be down to go to Las Vegas as long as it's not during the summertime, but ideally during the winter. Oh, I want to look at the This is it, yeah. I'm going to Japan just to spectate, so I hope it isn't hell. I mean, it depends on how big of a fan you are of large crowds of people. It's probably gonna be a pretty large crowd. Yeah, we got 600 for the master. I think European, even though they're only 500, they have less cups and challenges. Like they just have less local shops in general across most of Europe. And then they also have less major tournaments as well. So I do think that it's gonna be pretty hard for Europeans to get their invite as well. Like probably equal to North America. And then I don't really know about Latin America and Oceania and Middle East, South Africa, how hard these are going to be honest. I'm not sure about those. This is the thing that tilted me the most, though, is that why didn't they just make this? This is so weird. They're just like, they're doing tier 1 invites, the round 1 buy, travel award. Then they have tier 2 invites, the travel stipend. But it's just 5 players. Like, what is this? Just make it top 32. This is so stupid. It's just obnoxious looking. It's like, bro, just don't. For me, to be honest, it looks so ugly. 17 to 22 is such a. They should have just not done it. To be honest, it's so ugly looking. They just should have not done it. And then of course Europe still gets plus plus 6 on us, or they have more. For some reason, Europe still has more than us. I don't know why. But I think us and Europe should be both top 16 is tier 1, and then top 32 is tier 2. It's just obnoxious looking. These two numbers here are just obnoxious looking. Just make it top 32, bro. Like, why is it so hard? It was a typo. They missed the 3 with a 2. I mean, yeah, it's just so obnoxious looking. Just make it top 32, bro. It's like, it's $10,000 more. Like, you can do it. It's just like 5 players. Like, it just, like, I don't know. They invented a whole new tier of invite to give it to, well, 5 players in North America, 6 players in Europe, and then 4 players in Latin America and 4 players in Oceania. These ones are probably fine. These ones even look fine. But they should probably make Latin America, maybe Latin America. Well, Latin America should probably be the 12 to like 20 or 22. 12 to 24. But then Europe or North America, whatever, US and Canada and Europe should be 16 to 30. I still don't understand why Europe still has the 1 to 22 thing. I don't know why they still have that. I don't know why there's a top 16, top 22. But I think for this thing moving forward, there won't be as many. I think the players that end up with the tier 1 invite are just gonna be the ones that have like a good season. Yeah, the ones that end up isn't stipend 5,000? No, it's 3.5. The ones that end up with the tier 1 invite are just gonna be the ones that have a good season. Because I don't think there's gonna be that many people going to like everything anymore. Like, you're not gonna have the same people grinding for the top. Like, they're not gonna have the same people trying to get top 16 by going. They're gonna go to all 4 ICs and all their local regions, regionals, and all that kind of stuff. So this will get filled out by players who, like the players who like win an IC or get the top 4 in IC, second in IC. And they may have a couple good runs at regionals, and it's like, oh well, I'm like 3rd place right now. I may as well just like try and hold this at that point, right? And like as players kind of start to fill it out, those will be the players who end up here. I mean, I plan on going to a lot of events still, but I don't plan on. So making top 32 would cost an extra. No. The stipend is $1,000. The travel stipend is $1,000. So currently it's plus $5,000, and then making it. I guess it's a little bit more than I thought. Currently, it's plus $5,000. Oh no, it's plus $6,000. And it would be, to get to 32, be $10,000 more. Yeah. No, okay, that was right. $10,000 more. Yeah. Yeah, the players who get this will be the ones who just have a good season. I feel like, for the most part. Like I said, I'm gonna go to most major tournaments. I'll probably go to all the ICs. I think quite a few top 16 chasers will realize they enjoy the grind too much and much to not do it anyways. Yeah, probably. After they just like after they just screamed freedom the other day, because now they don't have to, play for a day 2 invite. You always get I have always gotten a day 2 invite every time I've tried. But now there's no more day 2 invite to acquire, so maybe I can end up with my goal is still to end up with a tier 1 invite and a round 1 bye. But I'm not going to go to any local tournaments this season. So, or if I might end up like, it's possible that I go to a cup or a challenge throughout the season, but I don't plan on, I don't plan to. It's not impossible I don't go to a cup or a challenge, but if I'm still going to go to like all the ICs, I still want to go to all the ICs. I'm going to probably go to most, if not all, the US and Canada regionals. I want to go to a European regional, so I will hopefully end up here. It'll be a little bit easier for me to end up here because there'll be less people who are like going to everything, and more players just kind of playing for the end fight. So I'll just like be competing against the players who kind of end up with a lot of points from doing well at a couple of the majors that they go to. So waiting for you to win Worlds this year and then just be IC and chill for 24. I mean, that would maybe be my move. If I did top 4 Worlds this year, or win Worlds ideally, Just going to ICs and chilling wouldn't be a bad call, to be honest. I already have my invite, so I wouldn't mind just only going to. I think that's where my like eventually, like, I haven't thought too hard about it, or I don't have a I don't know when I'll stop competing more full time, but I think eventually I'll probably just try and go to only ICs to get my invite, and then just like not go to regionals for the most part, except for like local ones. Nah, man, you got to gatekeep. True, I do have to gatekeep. You're right. You're right. Any reason why South Africans don't get the invite? Or don't get the stipends? It's just they don't have as many players. It's just kind of based on how many players you have. I think one of the things is how many players you have. The more players you have, the more travel awards and stipends you get. And that's basically it. What if they bring back SPs out of nowhere instead of doing the paradox stuff because they brought back old EXs? I mean, they wouldn't bring it that soon. They would probably bring it back later. Yeah, if they brought back something similar to SPs, it would be like, it'd be in a while. They could go that route, but yeah, it wouldn't be like next year or anything like that. I don't think. Maybe after next year's Worlds. I do have to gatekeep. That's true. I gotta make people work for their Worlds invite, so I gotta show up to as many tournaments as possible. I mean, it's possible that if I don't do well enough at I almost feels like I have to go to like all the ICs to be able to walk. Well, unless I could just like, if I just win a regional, I guess I just get my invite that way as well, right? Or just win an IC, then I get my Worlds invite that way as well. I kind of forget that that's like a possibility. So I guess like in my head I was thinking maybe I will have to go to locals to get my invite. If I go to all 4 ICs and a majority of regionals, I should end up with enough finishes to get close to 600. Maybe I would have to go to a couple locals at the end of it all. Hopefully not. But I could always just win a regional or win an IC and then I get my invite that way. Just go to locals, easy points, less traveling. Yeah, but I would rather. I like competing at a local. It just doesn't mean very much to me. Like I don't care about like. I would rather travel instead of going to like 2 cups. Like, because the thing is, if I go to 2 league cups over the weekend, that's 2 days that I'm not going to be streaming probably. Um. That's two days I'm not going to be streaming. And then I'm competing at 2 league cups. I don't care if I win anyways. When I could just go to a regional, take 1 more day off from streaming, and then I have like I'm actually competing something I want to compete in. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to win regionals. I don't care about winning league cups. So I'd rather just like not go to locals, create content, stream, and then just like and then go to regionals instead and actually like compete for something I want to compete in. So throwing shade at the local competition. I mean, locals are not like, dude. That's why I always find it so funny when people are like, "Yo, this has to be the hardest local area in the country or in the world." Or guys, my local area is so hard. Like, bro, nobody cares. It's like it's just locals, bro. Like, yes, there's good players. There's literally good players everywhere, though. Why are you flexing your locals? It's people's excuse for why they can't top 8 a League Cup. They're like, well, I missed another top 8. Let me go tweet about how hard my local area is. Am I still in California? Yeah, I'm still in California. You bring your stream setup to a local league? Yeah, I just stream my matches and commentate them as I'm sitting there. Is a little too good for locals confirmed? No, they're just not. Like, I just don't get. The points don't matter from locals to me. Like, the points don't matter from locals like at all anymore because there's no day 2. What's it called? Why not partner with a local league and stream? I mean, I could do that. I've done that before where I've like streamed like their cups and challenges. That's something I've like thought about trying to like find a store to do that with here, but and it still might be something I do, but I have to like find stores or a store around here that would want to work with me to do that. But I definitely want to find a store where I would do it like more consistently. But that could be hard to do, I guess. That'd be like the idea though. Or that you'd rather stream instead of go to locals and play best of 1 against Reggie Drago. Yeah, I'd rather stream for sure. Reggie Drago's too tough to beat. I don't want to play against it. Which Seattle only got a store you can partner with. All right, sounds good, Mello. I'm on it. Packing up right now. Aren't you moving this year? Maybe. A lot of stores in Vegas that will let you stream their cup. Yeah, I may like once. Yeah, maybe once I move to Vegas. I might not move to Vegas this year though. It might be next year. I might still try and find some people here locally in California who I could do that with. That'd be like enjoyable to do for sure. What cities/states are the most stacked when it comes to Pokemon locals? Bro, I just ranted about that. It doesn't matter. They all are. They all are stacked. There's good players everywhere. Everyone's area is the hardest. Everyone's country is the hardest. Everyone's region is the hardest. We're all equally stacked. Stack them up. Stack them down. You hooked up with Josh Hatter and his story, you're gonna become a max rarity player for sure. Nah, dude, never max rarity. I'm gonna start telling my locals they suck. That's like the flip side of it, bro. It's like that's like the you're like my locals are awful, bro. I win every time. Like, where's the competition at, bro? Mm-mm. CBU crew misses you, man. Hopefully we'll get together again for sure. Yeah, I miss streaming the League Cups and Challenges of the CBU. That was fun. Can't make finals if you're full ultra always coming. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can't do it. Stream at full group games. I don't know. That'd be a long drive for streaming there for like a weekend. Are they always complaining that they don't win? That it's because our area is too good? Wait, actually, or no one's area is too good. You're just there. If you think your area is too good, it's not that your area is too good. It's just that you're bad. Now that doesn't mean you can't get better, but you just have like a bad mentality of looking at the game. Yeah, it's not that your area is good. You can improve though. Everyone can improve. You got to switch it from mentality from, oh my gosh, my area is so good, to, all right, I got to beat these guys. And I'm not saying that they're actually not good players there, but it's just like it's just Pokemon. Like there's no like, not that anyone can beat anyone, but anyone can improve to the point where you can beat anyone. You know what I'm saying? And if you are trying to compete further past your locals, um, as if you do want to compete, be more competitive at like major tournaments past just like your locals, it's good that there are good players at your locals, because then that'll help you get better and prepare you better for when you show up to like regionals and stuff. Do I have a video that covers deck choice? I don't think so. No, not really. I do have one that, I do have a video or like a short on my YouTube channel where I talk a little bit about, like picking a deck for like a local meta. That's about the extent of that though. Chat, if I'm the only player in my local scene playing Regis, am I considered the best Reggie player in my area? Yeah, at that point you would be, yeah. I clipped when he raged about friends complaining about luck with their tier 3 decks. Bro, that was funny. Tommy, nobody cares about your shitty deck dead drawing. Bro, I bricked again, man. Shut up, Tommy. Send it to all my friends who complain about luck. Yeah, but unfortunately for you, Evan, that's not actually an accomplishment. So, I mean, it's just kind of like a fact, but like facts aren't always accomplishments. I'm also the best Reggie player in my house, but like I wouldn't consider that an accomplishment. Okay. What are we doing today? I did want to do the Guardy analysis. I did want to talk about Guardy, but I'll probably do that at the end of the stream. Maybe a little bit later. We could work on, honestly, I do want to at some point appreciate it in it. I've been trying hard recently, but recently I was able to achieve that. As soon as I just picked up Reggie's again, I was able to achieve being the best Reggie player in my house. Play Lost Tina? Nah. We've done enough Lost Tina. I did want to work on some lists for Obsidian Flames. We could do that today. Should we work on some Obsidian Flames lists? Charizard lists? I don't know if I'll do Charizard lists, but we can make a Charizard list. Our format is different from Japan, so it could be interesting. I think our format is just worse than Japan's, though, because Japan just has more cards with the release of Obsidian Flames. Yeah, I don't really. There's not really a deck that I want to be like play games with, so we could work on some lists. To be honest, honest. Does Calamitous Wasteland feel like it could be good in the current format? Calamitous. I don't know, what does Calamitous Wasteland do? What does the Calamitous Wasteland even do? All right, let's work on some lists then. So the first thing we need to do is not that. What card should we build a deck around first? Let's just go like top down, to be honest. The first card to build a deck around, I think, is it's your boy Toadscruel. It's a toad. Let me get a oops. Can I do this? Wait, how do you like do I have to drag it? Man, I might need to make some space over here. It's your boy. How do I import saved deck? Import deck from copy deck to clipboard. Export. I don't think I can do what I want to do here. That's fine though. Move this like this. The heck am I trying to do this? Hey, Toadscruel. They just dragged it. Yeah, I was trying to see if there's like a way to upload it as well. I was just curious, you know. Okay, we got the toad, but we need some baby toes. We need some toads. Cool. Hey, what is the better? Oh, and we gotta go. We're going down because apparently the other toes are fighting toes. Hey, yo, dude, look at, oh my, those feet, bro. Between this, dude, between this card and Calyrex, there's definitely one of the Pokemon artists or one of the the people who come up with Pokemon definitely has a leg fetish for sure. Just like it's undeniable. So one retreat cost 10, 20, 60 HP versus you can right click these to make them bigger, right? Hey, yo. All right, so we're looking at 60 HP, 2 retreat cost, 50 HP, 1 retreat. I think actually the fighting one is the optimal. But can't I just like drag the image? Okay, that worked. Can we zoom in with this as well? Oh. Up close and personal on those legs. Okay. Flexing the feet is crazy. Flexing the feet is crazy. Yo, that shit's crazy, bro. You know what's wild? Those feet. Those toes. He's got, the thing is though, he's got no toes. Or is that one big toe? Right? Like what's going on here? It's named Toads, but like there's no toes. It's like, unless it's like one big toe, right? Toad's cool. Toad's giving away the fee for free. Shake my head. Yeah, I know. This like Toadscruel could have been making Toadscruel could be like a billionaire right now, but giving out those toes for free, bro. What the heck? And you thought we were charging this up with Fortress CX, but you were wrong. That's right. It's Cherum time, baby. And we need young Cherubi. And if you thought that, you'd be wrong. All right, what is the optimal Cherubi, though? That's a good question. Oh, this one is broken, isn't it? Oh, it can't be Sableye, bro. Insane Cherubi. Actually, this might beat Lost Box, to be honest. We can maybe get this to beat Lost Box, because we can protect our whole board from that little shit. What else do we need in this deck? Isn't he a toad? Toads. Oh, like toad. Like a toad is cool. Need Manaphy? Probably am. Well, like, do we play a Radiant in here? Baby Grass Attacker? Yeah, I could see that. Leafeon V? No, it's not good. Ninja? That's what I was thinking. We're like, this is like an almost one-hit KO deck, right? Like, hold on, let me pull up. Or actually, let me pull up this instead. This would be a better thing to have access to. Yo, what the heck? This is the... Oh, did someone comment on this? Uncommon Energy episode. Yeah, it's the Uncommon Energy episode 71. That's hilarious. Does the Radiant Arena math ever matter? I don't know. Can we just like search up Radiant here just so I can look at them? Do any of these make sense? I mean, I think the one that makes maybe the most sense is Radiant Greninja, right? What is Arena? With the draw power of Greninja is probably the thing that makes the most sense. I don't know what we're gonna play in here as far as like draw power goes. Are we playing like B-Barrel in here maybe? Greninja's boring though. I mean, we honestly might play none of them. We honestly might not play any of them. We do only need so much energy in play though, right? Because once we get enough energy in play, that's it. We're good. What does this thing's ability do again? Odie. Have any energy attached? So could we play like any other energy? Pidgeot? Nah, I don't want to play Seichu in here. Need a full board for 280. Full board, we're hitting for 280. Venusaur does a couple things. Is it like worth it as an attacker? Burn, confuse, and poison? Probably not. B-Barrel, Squavette. I was thinking maybe B-Barrel, but I don't know if I'd play Squavette. Needs to be grass for the attack. Yeah, it needs to be grass for the attack, but like we could attach. I see the other thing. It wouldn't really matter. I think you still need you still play Gardenia on top of Cherim? No, you don't need that. That's not good. I'd rather play a Researcher and Iono every single time. Tropius? No. Is there like a grass? Let me go to the advanced search. Let's just see Pokemon, grass, basic. How do I find the? No, Dion, right? 2024 is. Wait, is it Eon or Dion? Someone check confirm. What did we just rotate out of? No, it is Eon, right? Let's see if any of these are worth it. See what I'm saying? Dude, these are like the exact... Dude, they literally have the exact same legs. That's the exact same thing as... They're the exact same thing. I'm just saying. I mean, you can believe me if you want, but I mean, the evidence is right there. Wuchien's time. I have a hard time believing Wuchien is the answer here. They just keep drawing the same set of legs on Pokemon. We'll see. We'll see it like as future sets come out. Are we gonna have more Pokemon with the exact same set of legs? If we do, something's up there for sure. Something's fishy. Maybe Zuru can do some decent setup if a brick. What does it do? Papawulu hits for 160. We're kind of looking for like one hit KO potential though. Is there anything that does like weird stuff like paralysis or something? Nothing in here like guarantees paralysis or anything like that, right? Because that could be pretty good. We're like setting up that to like go for a 2-hit KO. I don't think we have anything like that. Nothing like that exists, right? One energy setup move. It's horrible going second and a hypno pump style attack. I'm not gonna be playing switch cards in here, I don't think. So I don't want to like play something that has to attack for energy. Yeah, we probably play Cleffa in here though, right? I mean, dude, the best card in this set is definitely. This is the best card in the set right here, Cleffa, 100%. It could be, you know what? It could be Pidgeot. Pidgeot might be the best card in the set, but. It's higher quality if I do it like that, right? Because these feet are pretty low quality there, but now that I did it like that, oh, that's way higher quality, yeah. Low quality feet. Yeah, this is the best card in the set. And Pidgeot's the second best card in the set. So this is the best card, Pidgeot's second best card, and then Charizard is the third best card. If it's cool in this deck because you don't get Sableye. Yeah, I won't get Sableye late game and early game if they KO with Cram. They're KOing anything with Cram, so they're already KOing all of our squad anyways. So I think B-Barrel, right? Probably B-Barrel. Got this. So what does our board look like? One Cherim line. We're looking like we got a Cherim line on our bench. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I get 2 B-Barrel. Seems pretty good. Bibbington. Wait, isn't there's like more. Wait, what does this do? This adds one? Okay. Download image. I thought there was a way to like get to the previous evolution. I guess not though. Need a doofer. We need more cards that can imbue. Well, what does that even mean, Echo? Give me an example. I don't think what you're asking for exists. I think we're just one KOing things with Toadscruel and we're moving on. What about Eldegoss? Nah. I could see we could not play B-Barrel, instead could play Eldegoss, to be honest. We could go no B-Barrel, but I don't think we're playing. Let's see. If we had Eldegoss on the bench, we could have 1, 2, 3 with Eldegoss, 4, 5. We'd have one bench trade open still, to be honest. We could play Eldegoss in here as well. That seems like a lot, though. I think B-Barrel tries to accomplish the same thing as Eldegoss for the most part. You appreciate the prime sub there, Kate. Welcome to the right back. We're all out of lemonade, but we got plenty of maple syrup. Let's go with 4GX. No, it's just, why would I give my opponent 2 prize cards when I'm playing a 2 prize deck? That makes no sense. I'm just accelerating their game for them. No Radiant, no Tomb. I mean, as of right now, I don't know if I need any of them. Okay, 1-1 line if you do add Eldegoss. Would it be like 1-1 B-Barrel, 1-1 Eldegoss? I don't know. Yeah, we'll add those eventually. Yeah, I know, but that's why I said give me an example. Like, what do you like? What get? I don't think those things. I think the thing you're asking for doesn't exist. That's what I'm saying. Like, the card that you think exists doesn't exist. If we do go, level balls would be sick in here if we go into Eldegoss line instead, to be honest. Well, final look. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't think of anything. I see what you're saying, but I'm pretty sure what you're asking for does not exist. Eldegoss, and then what does it evolve from? Gossifleur? We got call. Oh, we got the Call for Family one as well. That's kind of sick. We could even play 4 of these, to be honest. Maybe just 2. At this point, do you want to run Zork to juggle all those stage ones? Nah, I don't think it's worth it. I'd rather just play like 2 of the ones that are important. Like, so our current setup looks like 2 Toadscruel EX, so 2 Toad, 1 Cherim, 1 Eldegoss. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's only 4. That's still only 4 for bench space. Man, if he has to come down in a decent amount of matchups, we might have Clef and play. But to be honest, we do roughly have 2. You need Greninja with Goss, right? I kind of like that. Yeah, we could do Greninja. If we're gonna have Goss, we could do Greninja. How do you draw cards with this deck? Probably draw old-fashioned way. Play a draw supporter. That Gossifleur rotated, unfortunately. Oh, did it? Wait, is there even a legal Gossifleur? Is this Eldegoss even legal? Oh, can I put a standard filter on this thing? We still got some. Why is there so many Gossifleurs? Or some of these the same thing? No. 10 heal 10, 10, 10. Ooh, 60 HP 10, 50, 10, blot. Now asleep for how much HP does this thing have? 50, but it makes him asleep. I feel like that's got to be the optimal one. Dude, I'm actually so a Cherim pops off with this new set. Cherim becomes the best it's ever been. I'm excited. There's this deck and then there's the Vespa Queen deck. It's only 2 decks, but I don't know, it's still pretty cool. All right, is that all the Pokemon then? Are we chilling? We could play like a Luminion or a Billy. Seems like a little bit overrated, but we could play a Billy as well. Oh, the Billy. Play the Billy Bob. All right, let's go into some item cards now. Level Ball, Iono, and probably 4 Iono, 4 Research, probably, right? Classic, 4N, 4 Research. Cherim can't attach to Toadscruel, right? You are correct. Cherim cannot attach to Toadscruel. Ultra Ball's not that good in this deck, to be honest. Do we ever... You over Cleffa? No, Cleffa's broken. What? Well, I could do both, but then I have to hard to treat the thing every time. Ultra Ball is actually not that good in this deck. It's like, okay. Do we ever just hope to draw into our Toadscruels? Letters? No, we're playing Eldegoss. We never play letters if we're playing Eldegoss. Energy Retrieval? We probably just play Super Odds because we have Eldegoss. Once again, we have Eldegoss, so Super Odd probably makes the most sense. 2 balls? I kind of just don't want to play Ultra Balls at all. Do we just say, heck it, we'll draw into them? Is it worth running Energy Switch? No, we just attach the energy to the young toes and then we just evolve and make this a little bit smaller. Okay, we're cooking. It's coming along. It's coming along. Yeah, I'm gonna try no Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball sucks anyways, so. Couple Super Rods. What about a tool to help Skrull survive? I do want a tool card. I was about to ask that. What is the best tool card? Can we just like look at tool cards? If I just search tool. Nope. What would I have to search? Is there anything to search? How can I look at all the tools? One Gardenia? No, Gardenia is terrible. I'd rather just set up more consistently. Is there any way to do this? Oh, wait. Card text? Okay, I think that worked. Okay. Wait, what if I search Pokemon tool? I was going to say Cheryl. 2 energies and too hard to get on. Well, no, we can't Cheryl, though. Because if we Cheryl, we go to 0 energy. And then we can't chair him back to the Toadscruel. It's got us close enough, I think. There's a lot of... This actually pulled up a lot more than I wanted. Maybe he would be cool. A Curlia engine, if Bibs, Squavette, Lunarock, Lunatone. Could be something to look at. Besides those, there isn't much. What about Stadium card? What is the best Stadium card in here? Box of Disaster could be something, but probably not. No. Yo. Wind up scam? Collapsed Forest. Wait, what is Forest? There's a new statement that does 40 damage counter if your active is KO'd. That would be pretty decent, actually. Well, full face card. Does this work? No, that's the one that works around abilities. I don't think we have a tool card right now, to be honest. I don't think there is a tool card right now that works. Is there a way to just like filter? Oh, there is. Supporter item. Dope, dope, dope. We can do 10 more damage with Studio. You can play Luminous plus Radiant Zard. Nah. Kricketune plus 40 HP. Maybe. Kricketune plus 40 HP. So we have 2 Toads set up. 2, 3, 4. We have, well, Greninja becomes 5. I don't think we have any more bench space to work with, to be honest. Unless I want to cut the Greninja, which I probably don't. Maybe just Mezagoza for like setup potential, right? We do give that to our opponent as well, though. I think we need to play some kind of stadium here. Wait, stadium standard. Training court. Wait, is training court legal? Is the gold training court legal? Oh, that's just based on the set. It's out in one of these sets, but it has a different regulation, right? Come on, Gearhart. What the heck, man? Yeah, I think it is Mezzy. I want to play some stadium for sure. Pokemon headquarters. Chill. It's not out yet. Wait. Hold up. Does it come out in this set? I thought that was 151 card. Oh, shoot. We do have these things to work with. Nah, you guys are right. My bad. Wait. Oh, we do. Yeah, HQ is out in this set. Yeah, we do. We could play Pokemon HQ. I don't hate that. And then, are any of the new supporters any good? Ooh, wait. Patrol Cap. But of course. Ortega. Yo, I actually... Man, maybe we throw a couple Ortegas in here. I really like Ortega. I'm probably like overhyping it a little bit. Jita turn 1? Nah, 1 Jita. More like 1... Trash. Let's see here. We could play some Vengeful Punches. Is it Vengeful Punch allows us to get to the 320 HP mark, but I don't know if we'll need that, so. Junior's an alternative to Gardenia? Well, no, both of those are terrible. Never, nope, couldn't see it. Nope. Brassius. Not very good. More like Trashius. We can do this one, though. We can do this one. Yeah, this seems like a decent shot. I thought this was coming out 151. Yeah, I thought this was coming out 151. We would maybe play Vengeful Punches in here as well. 1 letter. No, Eldegoss is letter. We'd rather just play more Eldegoss outs. Yo, we still have 21. Well, so obviously we need to play like 12 grass energy. Hold up. Let's just add 12 grass to begin with. But even after 12 grass, we still have 9 spots open. Boss? Okay, good call, yeah. VIP pass? Bro, I hate VIP pass, bro. Don't make me do it, please. Okay, we have 6 spots open still. Rescue Carrier? Super Odds is probably fine. Switcher Rope? I don't think we need Switcher Rope. Everything just has a free pivot through energy. Ultra Ball? No, I'm gonna try no Ultra Ball. For our VIP pass? Genius. Heavy Ball? I don't think so. Great Ball? I don't know if we need more Pokemon Search. Level Ball and Nest Ball seems like enough, to be honest. I'm vibing with Level Ball and Nest Ball, to be honest. Actually, maybe we should make our stadiums. Yo, wait, I'm kinda into this. Want a Palpad? Nah, we would just play more supporters. If I can choose to accelerate? Nah, I'd rather just play more this deck functions heavily off of just setting up our Pokemon. Because we need to set up Eldegoss, we need to set up Cherim. That's all we need to worry about, to be honest. You have too much search for basic? What do you mean? Level Ball also finds Cherim and Eldegoss. Pokegear? I could see Pokegear, yeah. Any more draw supporters? I'd probably do... Well, I could do more supporters or draw Pokegear. Superior energy retrieval? No, Super Rod does that for us. Super Rod does it all. We don't need more energy recovery than that. With 12 energy? Yeah, we don't need more. We probably want something like 12 energy. Shoes? No. Shoes aren't cards. Shoes are never the answer. Shoes are never the answer. Shoes are just not a card. It's fake. Rescue Carrier? No, I think Super Odds. I would do more Pokemon Search before I did Rescue Carrier, I think. Dude, ask me, say shoes one more time, chat. Say it one more time. Like in Cricketune more and more? I don't hate the idea of Cricketune, to be honest. Jack could be kind of cool. I don't hate that, actually. Tim's. Choice Belt? Get to that 310 number? I don't know, is that worth it? I'd probably rather play a Spiritomb. Moccasins? Gloves? Yo, the gloves, though? Those feet need shoes? Okay, see, now, all right, if you put some logic behind it like that, all right, I'm down. One judge, be that opponent? Nah, that's cringe. Cricketune gives you 4 Seal Stone? That's not the Cricketune we're talking about. We're talking about this Cricketune. Is that how you spell it? This one. Swelling Tune. Plus 40 HP? We're looking at 310? It's a tanky lad. Oh, I don't play. Oh, it's level ball searchable? Okay, hold up. Now I'm kind of down. To be honest, at first I was like, I don't know. Like, seems kind of hard to set up. Level ball searchable? Hold up. I might be in. We need the young cricket as well. 60 HP, 60 HP, one retreat, one retreat. Oh, it's literally the exact same. So we're gonna go with the one walking across. Yo, I actually kind of dig. This actually looks like, it's like Mario artwork here. 1/1 cricket. Plus we have a Greninja snipes as well. I mean, I got Manaphy, so I'm not too worried about that. Tutu Zorak? Nah. Because if they ever KO one of our things, we don't need it back. Like if they go, if I set up and they boss KO my Cherrim, I just bench Cherubi and I still have all my energy in play. If they KO my Eldegoss, I just attach it. I bench a Gossifleur and attach to it. And I'm still looking to find spot. Do I have bench space for all that? Yeah. So 2 toes. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 6 Pokemon in play. So Quick Tune is like something we set up in the late game, I feel like. I'm down to like put it in there initially. Shaman V-Star? No, because we can't load up Shaman V-Star. We have to like bench it, attach to it ahead of time. I don't like that. I kind of want a one prize attacker to be honest as well, but Capturing Aroma. I don't like it, but I don't hate it. Nah, I hate it. What are some other good supporters? Or should we just go to Pokegears at this point? Are there any other good supporters, or should we just go to why not Raihan? Because Raihan just sucks. It's not a good card. You appreciate the 14 months there, doubles. Snorlax is best. Snorlax is probably the best, to be honest. Unironically, Arzu, you're not running Ultra Balls. Yeah, but I don't know if I want to play a supporter for turn to 5. I'm just gonna raw draw into my. Maybe I should play like 2 Ultra Balls. I can get behind like 2 Ultra Balls. Ultra Ball is kind of a good card, so it is a really bad card as well. It's everything, you know. Let's get the toes front and center. I want to show off the new cards. Zinnia's Heavy Ball. I don't think I'd play Heavy Ball. I know I only have the one Cricket Todd, but I don't think I'm going to play Heavy Ball. Temple of Sinnoh? I mean, I don't know if special energy decks are going to be things to worry about. Like, you shouldn't ever think about adding tech cards like that until you know what the meta is. Yeah, you don't want to, like, I don't want to add a... Temple of Sinnoh is a tech card, right? It's a tech for special energy matchup. But, like, I don't know if I'm trying to play around special energy decks yet, so we shouldn't tech for anything yet. Crushing Hammer? Genius. Literally, yo, Zombie is coming in with the... First you hit me with the... What'd you hit me with first? That you gave a reason behind why you should play trekking shoes, because like look at those feet. These feet need shoes. How do I make this big again? Yeah, these feet need shoes. Genius. And then Crushing Hammer, like good takes all around from Zombie. Zarude. All right, I'm gonna look up this Zarude. Path. No. Path is once again like a tech card. Like I don't know what the meta is. Path could be good. I'm not saying Path. Wait, no. Path would shut off my own thing. That's probably not great. Yeah, like these cards are all just neutrally good, right? That's what you should build your list around initially. It's just neutrally good cards in the deck. Right? These are all neutrally good cards, right? But Path, that's matchup based. Temple of Sinnoh, that's matchup based. You shouldn't put cards in a deck initially that are, unless you already know something exists in a meta. Well, even then though, sometimes it's correct to not tech. Let's say I think there is like, let's say 50% of the decks in the format hate Temple of Sinnoh, and you're building a new deck like Toadscruel. You shouldn't add in Temple of Sinnoh immediately, because if you add in Temple of Sinnoh immediately, you might not know how powerful your deck is up against theirs. And then if you go test against one of those special energy decks, and then you go test up against one of those special energy decks, then all of a sudden, you're obviously, the Temple of Sinnoh is going to feel good to use against them, but what if your win rate against them is fine without it? You won't know unless you cut the Temple of Sinnoh. So it's always best to like not play the tech cards, even though you think the tech cards could be good. Like, obviously, like, if I put a Spiritomb in here, it's going to be good when I play up against a Mew deck. But what if I'm fine without it, you know? 1/1 Pidgeot? I'm not playing Marcandy in here, what? Yeah, that's right. 1/1 Lilligant V-Star? No, we don't have bench space for anything else. If we put the Lilligant in, we'd have to cut the Kricketune, which I don't think is a terrible thing. I don't hate that, to be honest. That could be pretty cool. Isn't the grass toad better? I don't think so. What is? Let me read the other one again. 1/1 arc. All right, chill out. Oh, but no, it's 2 retreat cost. That 2 retreat cost is kill us to try and get to the Clef of turn 1. That's exactly the point I'm trying to get to, JCar. We should be playing 4 Temple of Sinnoh in every single deck just in case we play up against the deck. The new Flamigo that can do 60 active, 60 bench. No, because you need 2 Flamigos in play to do it. You need to have a Flamigo on your bench, right? Although I could see that being good in a deck potentially. I think we're just looking at 2 Poke Gears to close this one out, to be honest. With no permission. I have to reorganize this. Roper switch. Nah, we just hard retreat. Did I check Zarude? Yeah, I don't think Zarude's the dude. But 1. Drag off. Yeah, Zarude's not the dude. Although we maybe need to play some kind of 1 prize attack. I just don't know what. 4 Sinnoh, 4 path. Or 1 Sinnoh, 1 path. 1 of the no heal stadium. 1 of the new Poke League H. We have 1 tech card for every single possible matchup, right? Cover all the situations. And then we'll never hit what we want in any situation. Tropius? Tropius only does 120 damage. It's like not that good. I could just like punch with this thing for 70. It probably has the exact same effect. Rocky Helmet for tool? No, I'm not going to play a tool as of right now. None of the tools are very good. If anything, we do the revenge punch. The punching revenge tool. That'd be the tool to play for sure. Clara or not worth the Super Rod? Yeah, we don't need Clara. Super Rod. Yeah, Clara's is a bad card. Torterra? That is a... Yeah, we're definitely not adding a stage 2. Spiritomb? I don't know if I want to tech from you or not. I mean, we could, but... I mean, we're at 60 now. That's it. We're not changing anything. We're locking in. This is the perfect 60. That's only 4-1 dead. Rocky is each attack. I mean, how many times do you think your opponent's going to be attacking you? Bro, if we're not getting 1-hit KO'd, we're winning. Like, and if we're not getting 1-hit KO'd, we're winning. They're not 3-hit KOing my freaking toes. If they're 3-hit KOing my toes and I can get 60 damage on a Rocky Helmet, that's one thing. But that's not happening. A Revenge Punch is always just better than Rocky Helmet. There's like very few situations where Rocky Helmet's ever better. It's almost like 0. It probably is like 0. We probably will never have a meta where Rocky Helmet is better than... Is it Revenge Punch or Vengeful Punch or... Yeah, we'll probably never have a meta where Rocky Helmet is better than Vengeful Punch. If my homies live in 3 turns, then we've won the game. That's it. You've done it. You've won the game. All right, let me save this. Save. Wait, not save deck. How do I... There we go. What is the best stadium count for Guardia at the moment? 2 to 3. But I would do I don't know if I would play Sinnoh, to be honest. It depends how much Lugia. How badly you want to beat Lugia. But I would do a collapsed and then either an artisan or let's see if the worker. If only Turffield was still around. Yo, Turffield would have been yeah, Turffield would have been, it would go crazy in here. Am I gonna build Vesper Queen now? I'm just gonna go down the list. So that's the first deck, and then what is next for us? The Charizard is next? Oh no, Charizard's not next. Oh, we gotta build a Daromaku deck. Let's go. No, but seriously, what's next? There's not very many good... Well, we could build I do kind of want to build a Seismitoad deck, but I don't know. That might be something I have to, like, really hard cook later on. Yo, appreciate the 67 months there. Chip. Dude, this guy's obsessed with Cherim. Bro, it's its moment, bro. How could you not be excited for Cherim? Cherim is such a good card. How could you not be excited for it to have its moment? We could build a T-Tar deck. T-Tar is looking rougher and rougher the more I've thought about it. The closer we get to it actually releasing it, doesn't seem that good. It seems pretty tough to make T-Tar work. Does Paw Mod ever make any sense? Two for 250 and 340 HP. It's got that 340. It does have that 340. What do you play it with though? Like, what are you playing this thing with? I mean, it is the main attacker, but like, how are we trying to abuse it? I really don't like that it discards the top 2 cards of your deck with the first attack. Gengar? Gengar. A Rhydon with Zapdos EX? Well, that's not it. That's for sure not it. Bog or Gengar? Doesn't seem good enough. Doesn't seem good enough. Dodrio T-Tar EX. Oh wait, are we getting the? We're not getting the Dodrio till next set though. I don't know if I want to try and build a deck for that. That seems like too hard. That seems too hard. That seems too hard. Vesper Queen, we can do some best. Dude, Charim goes crazy. Why is every T-Tar in standard mill our own deck? I don't know. I guess it's just this thing. We made an Arceus Pidgeot EX deck yet? No, we could do that, I guess. Arceus and Pidgeot. Alright, let's do Vesper Queen next, though. We can keep some of these cards. So I'm going to get rid of this. We might put the Elagos back. I'm just going to start cooking and see where we end up. Just start cooking, see where we end up. Goodbye. Goodbye. I don't know, let's cut some more stuff from here. Well, these probably stay. We might not keep those, though. Although we maybe need to keep the... How are we getting our... Is there a grass Pokemon that spreads damage? Wait, where am I? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Yeah, is there a grass Pokemon that spreads damage? Also, is there a combi in this set? Togekiss doesn't seem very good. I want to give a 1/1 Toad to help against Sableye. I mean, we might. I don't know. Spinda. Oh, okay, Spinda works, yeah. Vesper Queen Lost Box or just... I mean, Vesper Queen Lost Box sounds terrible. Or just play Gapejaw. I wouldn't do either of those. I'd try and find a Pokemon that spreads damage. Both those sound terrible. I have to use Halucha and Bog. Bog sounds awful. Bog's not the answer. Bog is a terrible card. What is this Combi? 50 HP. Is this the optimal Combi? We went over this yesterday or the other day. $51 retreat, $51 retreat. Oh, this is the one. This Combi goes hard. This Combi goes crazy. Yanma CRZ does 10 damage to each bench. So we're looking at grass basic. It doesn't actually have to be a grass Pokemon. It could attack for colorless as well. Am I back at page 1? Okay. The Chip said there was a Spinda. And then Yanma does 10 to everything. Is it everything like yours and your opponents or just all your opponents? Spinda. All right, chill out, Chip. Jeez. This one? Detect is 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. Your opponent's active is now confused. Oh, what? This thing goes crazy. And the confusion? Damn. Hey, let me read the Yanma real fast, though. Doesn't that attacks for free, though, right? This against 1 retreat cost. That's like the big difference. But I can get behind the Spinda, to be honest. I can get behind the Spinda. Bravery ignores Manaphy, though. Yeah, but I'm not trying to play another stage 1, I don't think. I'd rather just attack with Vesper Queen at that point if we're trying to... I'm trying to get something that can attack aggressively or Then we can just attack with that. Otherwise, we just attack with that so we can move the damage around. So we're definitely playing like Alakazam in the deck for sure. I would want to play Metachamp, but we don't have a way to set Metachamp up. Yo, Spinda's insane. Halucha? If I'm playing Spinda, I don't think I'm playing Halucha. Multiple Halucha? It might be multiple Halucha. Maybe we do just try and be a little bit more aggressive. We should probably do like... Yo, appreciate the 46 months, Irish. Alakazam and Halucha. Aggressive Halucha. I don't think I want to play multiple Halucha though. Well, maybe we need it so we don't prize it, right? Is there anything besides Letter of Encouragement that searches our deck for energy? We could play the Eldegoss still, I guess. We run Eldegoss in here as well. I could. We're bringing it back. Leafeon V, Jita. Leafeon V is not the answer. That's not it. Cherrim can't attach a queen. Why have? I'll let you figure it out. Energy Lotto? No, we just play more energy at that point. You play Energy Lotto when you are playing an energy you're trying to can only play like 4 of, or you have multiple different things of energy you're trying to hit. At this point, just use the Loss Engine. That makes no sense. This thing takes 3 grass energy. I'm gonna have to Mirage Gate 2 times to get 2 energy. I'm not playing freaking Lost. Why would I play the Lost Engine here? That's no. I'm tilted now. All right, what else do we need? So what is our bench gonna look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we have 2 more spots on the bench. Well, this is 5. Oof, dude, I don't think this thing is that good in here. Gordy might be good. Is that the one that like well no, we'd rather just play a research though in Iono, right? Doesn't Gordy look like the top 7 and get all the energy? No, because I'd rather just play research or Iono and draw 7 or 6, and then that's I get to see like 6 new cards, but it includes the energy. Nope. Someone time out Chip before he says it. Chip, stop talking, Chip. We might need. Yeah, we will need level ball for sure. I once again want to try like a low, like just like 2 ultra ball. I want to try a low ultra ball count. I'm gonna try no Eldegoss. I'm gonna try like a higher energy count, like 14. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 6. Okay. Chip won't be saying that as he casts Phantom Queen for game at the next. That's what I'm saying. I'm about to get that dub with Vespa Queen EX next regional. Pittsburgh, look out. What if this deck is broken, Chip? How silly are you gonna feel if this deck is broken? That's what I thought. Pretty silly, huh? Also, how many Pidgeot do I have in this deck, Chip? But 0. But how many Cleffa do I have? 1. Exactly. You need switches? Probably not. Charm just allows us to retreat everything that we'd ever want. Why not Gardenia's Vigor? Because we have Charm. Gardenia's Vigor is just a terrible card. If we can avoid playing it, we avoid it at all costs. Jita is also a terrible card. Unless you play like Luminian. Jita's gonna be bad for a while. It might be good eventually, but who's my ideal starter going first? If I'm going first, it probably doesn't matter because they're not going to do anything on to me turn one, so it doesn't really matter what I open with. Unless I'm up against like a Lost Box deck, then I'd be like a little bit annoyed. The card under the face cam, that's a secret. You guys don't get to know what that is. That's my super secret spice that I keep hidden that I'm going to use to win the first regional. Do you want to put a bet on which card will see more competitive play before the set rotates? Cleffa versus Pidgeot. More competitive play? Like more played I think Cleffa will be played in more decks than Pidgeot EX will for sure. Yeah, I'll take that bet. Cleffa's going to be like in literally every deck. Like Cleffa's going to be in a ton of decks when we get to like stage 2 decks. Every deck is going to be turn 1 going second, retreat to Cleffa, use Cleffa. Pidgeot will be in some stage 2 decks. Cleffa will be a staple? Yeah, Cleffa's going to be in literally every single deck. Especially once we get to the point where we're not playing Lost Box. Because like right now you're either playing Lost Box, which means you wouldn't, or you're not playing Cleffa. Like you're playing something else. You evolve Cleffa, or is it stuck as a baby? It's stuck. Never growing up. Text you can't test this deck right now. We'll be able to test it soon. Artisan. I mean, Artisan will be fine, yeah. This build is feeling very similar to the Toad deck. Oh no, you guys see my secret card. Oh no. Not the Cleffa leak, bro. We'll have to test it when I get back from Worlds. You think 4 Rescue Queen is the play? Yeah, because I'm only playing 2 Ultra Balls. So the point of playing 4 is to draw into it. I don't want to play Ultra Ball because Ultra Ball sucks. You appreciate the 64 months there, swag. Got 4 spots left. Any way to make it tankier? That'd be good. I mean, we could play Cricketune. Well, what's our bench space look like again? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe 6. Maybe we could. I mean, we could play Cricketune. Turtwig and Grottle. Wait, actually, that's not like a bad shout, to be honest. I actually don't hate that, to be honest. It's probably not correct to play, but isn't that set legal for Worlds? No, the set is not legal for Worlds. Play 5 Cleffa and dare your opponent to call a judge. That could be the move, yeah. Good idea. I know. Chip, chill, bro. What about Lilligan V-Star? I don't know. We don't really have bench space, to be honest. We don't have much, if any, bench space remaining. Does Sharon work with Vespa Queen? Nope, but it works with Combi. I mean, I don't think I'm trying to beat Lost Box with this, Rick. Maybe, though. Maybe we can beat him. Studio for Stadium? No, I mean, we have our Artisan. I mean, maybe we could play like 4 headquarters if we really need to help the Lost Box matchup. Paldea Evolve Vespa Queen? Is that any good? I forgot about like playing different Vespa Queens. Is that how you spell Vespa Queen? Oh, Vaspa. Use one of your bench Comfy and shuffle that Pokemon all cards attached into your deck. If you can't shuffle Comfy into your deck, the attack does nothing. No, these suck. Oh, I never tried the Honey Rush. I never tried the Honey Rush deck. I wanted to try that. Honey Rush Vespa Queen. Heavy Ball seems decent. I mean, Alakazam might be important. Yeah, we could do a Heavy Ball. I'm fine with that. We're getting closer. We're getting closer to being done. All right, heavy ball. Crickets? Nah. Crickets for the crickets. Snarks from Lost Origins? Nah. Rod. That's what's behind my camera. The card down here is Super Rod. We could do some gears. Do one opening hand of this on Limitless Tabletop? Bro, don't talk. Why are you talking to me, Chip? Why is Chip talking to me? Someone please ask Chip to stop talking to me? I mean, Battle VIP passes might just be the move in the end, to be honest, because they find Cleffa. Cleffa's broken. Wait, do one opening hand of this on and if you turn to attack with Vesicqueen, second attack and get one Halucha, I'll gift 5 subs. Oh, okay. I'll do that. Okay. All right, let's do it. How do I export this deck? Let's do it. Let's do it. Import. Copy deck to clipboard. I thought you were just like talking shit, so I didn't even. You're going first though? I'm going first? Okay. How do you I don't know all the shortcuts for this thing though. Oh wait, but it didn't find all the dude, it found like half the deck, bro. How am I supposed to do this? Custom card. Oh wait, I can't do it. I can't do it. Or can I do it? I can't get it to import. How can I get this thing to import? Is that possible? I don't think so, right? You got lucky, Chip. I was about to walk away with 5 gifted there. Let me tell you, Japanese cards in tabletop. Do I have to make it on? Just type the name of the card and it should work. So I go here. And then 4 custom cards. So it should be 4. Like, if I just do that, or like this, that should work then. What is this one? 1 Cleffa? Then what else is it not picking up here? Oh, I gotta delete this. Oh, Vespa Queen, right? What'd I do? Oh, 2 E's. Alright. Hard basic energy was not. Wait, what am I supposed to put here? Will grass energy work? Ooh, all right, 60 card deck. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, what? Shuffle it. Oh, no, if I click new game, it'll do it, right? What the fuck? I have a Rowlet and a Scyther in my hand. Why do I have a Rowlet and a Scyther in my hand? Wait, what are these? Who is this man? Are these? No, what are these? All right, hold up. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Open the deck and put it in deck order. Oh, okay. So what do I do? I don't know how to do that. How do I look through my deck? Draw, view all. Oh, view all. Okay. So the Rowlets are. Dude, my deck is just flooded with Scythers and Rowlets. What? What are they? This is the Cleffa. That's fine though. We can work with that. What are these? What am I missing here? Pokegear, Super Rod. How does that make any sense? What? Okay, hold up. Edit deck. I have one research. Oh, dude. Wait, no. I have 4 research, 3 boss. There's no Iono. Dude. And maybe if I go, how can I get like a functioning different import of this deck? Change SV1 to SVI and SV to PAL, SV2 to PAL. Okay. Oh, that might be it, to be on it. All right, I'll try again. All right, looks good. Okay. So if I click new game, it'll automatically shuffle it, right? So you said I'm going first. Okay. I have to get a turn 2 attacking Vespa Queen with Hawlucha. I don't know, Chip. Looking pretty good. So I'm going first. So I draw 1. And then what? Pass. And then draw again. It's turn 2. Oh, wait. But I have to get I got the Ultra Ball, but do I want to but you said I also have to get down the Hawlucha, right? But I could Ultra Ball away the Hawlucha here. So I think I go Ultra Ball. I have like a million things. Well, no, I have 4 level balls. Maybe I don't Ultra Ball. Well, I could Ultra Ball away the Heavy Ball in the grass and then hope to draw 2 grass, I guess. Okay. So search, get a Vesp. Close and shuffle. Evolve. Oh, no. I can't do it like this. Hold up. How do I unevolve this thing? Shoot. All right, Cherubi down. Because I need the Vespa Queen afterwards anyways. So what I do is I go Ultra Ball away this and this. And then I just like put this back in the deck. Oh, how do I put this back in the deck? I just like, okay, cool. And then I should just grab the other Hawlucha. Oh. I just like take it? How do I take it? Hand. Oh, okay. Close and shuffle. Okay. Hawlucha down. Evolve. Load him up. Oh, what the heck? Hey, yo! Wait, actually though, what the fuck? How do I get it to attach? Okay. And then how do I look at the top 7? Pokegear. Gosh it. And then view top X alt, so I can go alt 7. Shoot, got the Iono. Okay. Shuffle back. Okay. And then play Iono. So I shuffled it back, so I just need to draw, right? Shuffle first. Well, I click close and shuffle, right? Yeah, so it should automatically shuffle, right? All right, shuffle. So draw X. So if I just press 6, it'll draw X. Oh, we got him. Let's go. All right, pay up. Let's get it. Turn 2, Vespa Queen, and I got the Artisan. Get another. Well, hang on, where do I go? To bench. Close and shuffle. Turn 2, Vespa Queen with the Hawlucha. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Chip. Welcome to the pack. Red Hood, Allison, a zombie, Rix, and Grease. Yo, Chip had no faith. Chip did not believe. Chip put it all on the line. I'm just taking this out of the podcast account. Thank you for the 5 gifted as well there. Kick it over to Teeth, Rick, Boaba, YRG, and Kiro Mitoru. Welcome all to the pack. We got plenty of Vespa Queens, but we're all out of chili. Appreciate the prime sub there. MC2W, welcome to the pack. Fresh out of fish. We got plenty of honey. You need VIP pass? I could see it. I'm not stressing it right now, though. Not stressing it. Although VIP pass would probably be pretty good in this deck, though, to be honest. It probably would be pretty good in this deck. What's the Halucha math for? The Vesper Queen's attack. We appreciate the 39 months there for you, man. Vesper Queen's attack does... And thinks... Kid had the God Star and thinks he did something. Vesper Queen's attack does 200 damage to the active, then 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon with damage counters. So you need your opponent... You need to put damage in play somehow. You'll appreciate the 500 bits there, Manor. But you can't do it again. We're not going to find out. We're going to keep it at a 1-0, turn 2 Vesper Queen attack. We're chilling with that. We're chilling with that. We'll take our dubs where we can get them. We're not going to get greedy here. Not getting greedy here. All right, that's our 60, though. That's our 60. We're working with that. Appreciate the support, chat. Yo, thanks for the 28 months there, Nuxum. Streamer luck, take my prime sub. If I do it again, nah, no shot, no shot, no shot. We're locking it up. Actually, Azul, your opponent went Arceus V pass, so Halucha did nothing. You've lost the bet. He just said I need Halucha. He didn't say I have to put any damage in play with it. He didn't say I have to put any damage in play with it. He just said I have to get the attack off. There's no, or I have to just get Halucha. There's no spread Pokemon in this set, right? Okay, let me save the image for this real fast. So I'll make a video with that later. Do a Palmot deck? I don't know. I don't want to like, dude, it's like 5 subs, you can't do it again. All right. If you really want to put it on the line like that. Well, we'll have to resubmit that list now, though. Hold up. Let's see if we can do it again. Copy deck to clipboard. Should have closed the tab. All right, so I had to check it first. Wait, I'm missing 7 cards. Oh, the professors. All right. All right. Looks good. New game. Uh-oh. It's not looking good this time, though. So I gotta open this. And then we're going first. Oh, I just press 1 to draw 1, right? Ooh, all right. We're close, though. We're actually really close. So we go level ball. And we need to grab... We're literally 1 card off. No, but I can't really play the Ultra Ball, though. Sorry, level ball for Cherubi. Oh, I guess I should do it like this. Oh, I can just do H to go to hand? Oh, can I, like, select multiple? Oh, you can. Close and shuffle. Yo, this thing, the more I use this thing, the sicker it gets. Alright, I could play the Ultra Ball on the heavy... I need to top deck a draw supporter here. Yo, needs the Squawk? I could see that. 4 battle VIP pass and the Squawk. I need to top deck a draw supporter here. So I'm going to play the Ultra Ball now. Get rid of this and this. And then grab the Vesper Queen to increase my odds of the top deck. Close and shuffle. And then... I'll shuffle it again just to make sure. And then... B to bench, H to hand, S to shuffle into the deck. Scoop. All right, so now it's it. I draw 1, and I have to hope to get a draw supporter. Wait, no. Close and shuffle. 1. No! Why did I get Clef off the prizes? Because I'm going first. I'm going first and I have to get a turn 2 Vesper Queen attack with Hawlucha. If we top deck the draw supporter there, though, load up 2 energy, evolve, research, get Hawlucha, get attachment for turn, dub. All right. 1 of 2 is not bad, though, but I'm not going to push my luck. We're keeping it at that. We are so far from a draw supporter. What the heck? It's over here. Okay, I got this list, right? All right, we got the list. Okay. So what are we working on next? What are we looking at next here? We did Toadscruel. We did Vespa Queen. Do you think this could be a Path and Disruption deck? I don't know. I haven't tested it at all. T-Tar, I don't know. One decks like require a ton of work to cook. I don't like Arbok. No, we're doing Obsidian Flames. We'll do 151 when 151 is closer to coming out. Palafin? Dude, the Palafin sucks, doesn't it? You guys keep bringing up the Palafin to me, but it's literally terrible, right? Dude, this guy sucks. Is that in this set? No, Arbok's in 151. Palmot? Palmot, like, if it's gonna melt my brain to try and make it work, it's not worth trying to make work. I think Palmot is gonna melt my brain to try and make it work. Palafin is cool, bruv. Obviously, it can be cool, but it's still bad. Like, you can be cool and bad. And that's Palafin right there. So I went back to watch the VOD. If you didn't open the deck and force another shuffle, you would top deck to research. Dude, unlucky. Well, no, but it auto shuffles when I click close and shuffle. It closes and when I close it, it shuffles. The big boys art. I mean, I think that's what we're coming up on here. Is there anything else worth building around? Oh, Clawful. Let's go. Lamora. I don't know. I don't think this has its own deck is very good. Maybe. Probably not. Limiting your opponent to 3 bunch is kind of cool. All right, we're doing Charizard next. Alrighty then. I think the Charmander and Charmeleon in this set are the optimal. Charmander and Charmeleon. If I remember correctly when we looked at all of them. Oh, these are the only Charmander and Charmeleon, actually, right? That actually might have been the reason. All right, now I don't know the best way to play this thing. A lot of people have been talking about Pidgeot with it, which seems okay. I also think this card is actually good with it. Where is it? This thing seems pretty good with it, actually. Because this allows you to, like, turn 2 1-hit KO like a V Pokemon. No, they are not. Remember Pogo? Oh, the Pogo one's better? They might be, actually. I don't know why they're better, but I believe you. Yeah, a lot of people having the... We should look at fire attackers in general, to be honest. Let's do that real fast. So, Pokemon, fire, basic, standard format. Oh, you're not sure if they're better, but they exist. NTV, Reshiram V. Delphox V sounds kind of sick. I don't know about Entei or Reshiram, though. I'll have to read them. Entei seems just like a bad Victini EX, right? How much HP does Victini EX have? 190? Maybe not. That tanky 230 could be worth it. Monsieur, Reshiram sucks. I didn't even know this card existed. I didn't even know this card existed. I like Delphox though. Delphox is cool. Reshiram can accelerate the energies, but we already have energy acceleration through Charizard. We're trying to attack. We're trying to accelerate more energies. There's Radiant Charizard as well. That's probably good in here. Radiant Charizard is probably worth playing. I think Delphox and the other one are the only good ones, to be honest. Magma Stadium, Magma Basin. I don't know. Is Magma Basin good in here? I don't know if it is. It might be okay. I'm gonna run and fill my water bottle though, real fast, chat. I'll be right back, and then we'll get back into building the Charizard. But look at this sick Vespiquen list for a little bit. I'll be right back. Did the stream die? I don't think so. Did it actually die for a second? Like a fraction of a second? Weird. It doesn't even say I dropped any frames or anything. Alright, let's make this Charizard deck now. Can I just like reset this somehow? Or just open up a new tab, right? Alright. Charizard. This thing. Oh, I saw a little trash thing down here right now. Yeah. What does this one do? Delete saved deck. Delete deck. Oh, I see that now. Yeah. Alright, alright. Charizard now, eh? What are we cooking? What are we cooking? What are we cooking? NTV? Nah, NTV is trash. Don't talk to me ever again. Charmander for sure. Okay, okay, okay. Oh, wait, hang on. I gotta do the standard thing again. Oh, I think the new Charmander is the correct one, actually. 30 damage, yeah. Oh, no, the new ones are the correct ones, I'm pretty sure. Well, actually, we're not playing 3 of these. We're playing like 1. Is Magma Basin? No, we never play Armor Rouge. We could play Magma Basin, though. Yeah, what else do we actually play from here? The one reason I could see to play Entei would be to like run 4 Sealstone plus Entei, to be honest. That could be like worth it. Cleffa? Yeah, Cleffa. Radiant Star to work with Magma Basin. I mean, getting energy in this card probably wouldn't be too difficult to make Magma Basin work. Is there something stopping me finding Cleffa? Oh wait, I have to get this Cleffa. Oops. Why you said that Cleffa's in every deck? Why, like, why is that a bad thing? Is it bad that Cleffa's in every deck? What else do we have to like make a? Do we have? Is Charizard it? Like, is there anything past Charizard to actually like even cook, or are we stopping cooking at Charizard? Let's see. Let me just look through it real fast. I'm just curious. Dude, these are so bad. They suck, man. Ooh, wait, my boy. Hold up. We do have something to cook with. Reveroom. And then we could do some maybe more Pidgeot cooking. Like, what else could we play Pidgeot with to cook? Maybe we could cook something with this. Probably not though. Yeah, what is something that like? What would be like a Pidgeot? It would be like just Arceus Pidgeot, right? That could be something, I guess. Arceus Pidgeot seems like it could be something. Cook with Dragonite EX? No. The things that are really hard to cook with, I actually need to like actually play games with, because otherwise it's just too hard to like theorize with them. I feel like you actually have to play games with them to actually get a rough idea of like how to actually make them work. It's so hard to just theorize like really bad cards. Like, you actually need to play with them to like make it work. River Room EX would be fun to make. It's just really hard to accelerate the. How do we get the extra energy on the River Room? How do we get 3 energy on the River Room? What is like the Magnezone? No, Magnezone can't be it. We don't have room for tool cards if we play Magnezone. We might have to wait with River Room until 151, because in 151 we get the flip card. Yeah, in 151 we get the flip card, and we also get Arceus. Arceus only charges up V Pokemon. We get the flip card, and then we also get the tool card that reduces the damage it takes. Station V on a Psychic, and then evolve it to the V-Star. Sheesh, that's rough. That's the way to go. Yeah, we might have to wait for 151 for River Room, to be honest. Imagine if there was a Cherim for metal. That would be kind of crazy. So we could like make an Arceus Pidgeot deck. I think it's the other thing to do. Arceus plus Bronzong? Nah. Ever Magnezone? Nah, Magnezone is cringe. The Zone ain't it. There's a Pachirisu that deals 40 damage per tool you have in play. Yeah, we already have Honchkrow that can put 4 tools in play though. We already make that work with like the Pachirisu already has a partner. We literally have a Honchkrow in the form of like you can attach 4 tools to. But Revroom's a better attacker, and then there's another tool coming out 151 that's really good with it. Is there a metal deck with a new Scizor? No, I don't think so. The Scizor might be like a I don't even know what you would do with the scissor, to be honest. Scissor's probably just bad. Like Rocket with a new revenge punch tool. Wait, why did comboing those make anything happen? Lost Box Rev Room? Nah. It's just cringe. It's just cringe, you know. Can't make cringe decks. The decks have to be non-cringe. Although that would be that might be able to get us. No, there's no way that works. All of our tool cards just end up in the lost zone and be like, well, I play Chorus, see 3 things and 2 tool cards. And you're like, well, the tool cards have to go here. I don't want to get rid of them, but they've gotta go. Anything non-cringe from the set? Ortega's pretty cool. That's not cringe. Red Room has its own draw engine. Yeah, but it needs energy acceleration is what it needs. I don't get why Magnezone is bad. It's just stage 2. It's not bad, it's cringe. There's a difference. Like Lost Tina is Lost Tina is cringe and bad. I usually things that are cringe are bad. What if we use Billy Excel? Excel with Billy. Billy Excel. It's like a different kind of spreadsheet. Billy Excel. All right, I got you. Can make that's a good business idea. Guardian engine for energy attach? Nah, it's too slow. I'd rather Billy Excel. I'm trying to motivate here. Yeah, appreciate the 20 months there, Jaeger. No, we're gonna finish the Zard list. We're still working on that. That police hat is so dumb. Do we really need a card that prevents milling? Not really. But like, there's a lot of cards that in here that are bad, right? There's a lot of trainer. Like this card is bad. Do we really need a shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw until you have one more card in your hand than your opponent draw supporter? Not really. I guess tool cards stand out a little bit more because usually it feels like they have some functionality that seems like it could happen. So Patrol Cap does seem like tool cards are also really cool cards. I feel like as well because they kind of enhance your enhance your Pokemon, which is like a really cool thing in the Pokemon TCG. And I guess we're like a little bit more used to seeing some potential functionality from a tool card than we would like all like we've come accustomed to like bad supporters just existing, bad draw supporters just existing. But tool cards usually we can come up with like some kind of theoretical functionality for them. But yeah, Patrol Cap is. I don't know. It's literally they printed it just so people can beat Sander if they want to. I guess. Like I don't know. Like that's the one function they were like, yo, should we give people a way to beat Sander? It's like, yeah, I guess why not? You know. I think I missed Brassius. I think I misread Brassius. Shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw until you have one card more in your hand than your. Oh, then you shuffled in. I thought it was then your opponent. Oh, this card sucks, bro. It's so bad. Does the cap work on Tyranitar? As long as this card is attached to your action spot, cards in your deck can't be discarded by effects of your opponent's attacks, abilities, item cards, Pokemon tools, or supporter cards. Opponents, no. Well, I mean, wait, couldn't we make the argument that in that moment where T-Tar is milling our cards, T-Tar is our opponent? Because we don't want our cards to be milled, so theoretically they are the opposition. Like, they're actively doing something we don't want them to do to us. So in the moment where we attack with T-Tar, it is theoretically our opponent at that point, right? I think we could make that argument. Like, if we could call over a judge and make that argument, I think for sure, right? Like, it is at that point, like, it does the damage, and then it goes to mill our cards, and we're like, well, at that point, you're our opponent, because you're actively milling our deck, and that's not very nice, and we don't like that, right? I think we can make that argument. I don't know, we might have to get the compendium rule on this one, to be honest. I think that's a good argument to make. I think it's reasonable. At that point, T-Tar becomes the opposition. T-Tar became an op. Yeah. At that point, T-Tar becomes the opposition, right? Like, I don't know. That makes sense to me. Listen, just because you guys aren't on my level doesn't mean like it's not correct, you know? Like, if you tell your Pokemon to use a move that attacks itself, is the Pokemon its own enemy? See, now you're getting on my level, Del Cookie. We should further this discussion in a private chat with the rest of the conspiracy theorists. All right, let's work back on our list. I don't love the idea of having Arceus in here. I'm gonna try and build without Arceus first. Oh, playing stuff like Arceus always feels like such a cop-out. So you know what? I'm gonna put Entei in here. Not because I think it's that good. We're gonna go over this a little bit further. Hold up, though. We are gonna add an Entei, and I am gonna add a Luminion, but that's because I want to add 2 Forest Seal Stones. I don't love the idea. I just don't want to put Arceus in my deck. That's what feels really bad. It's like, oh, my deck kind of sucks. Let's fix it with Arceus. Am I spelling Luminion wrong? It's at least L-U-M. I'm like right with that, right? Okay. Is it I-N? Okay. Luminion. Victini V. It KOs V Pokemon. Turn 2 for 220. That's like kind of broken. Pidgeot, yeah, I can still play. We can still play the Pidgey. Ooh, we actually need to go get the Pidgey. Hold up. Would you want any other Zards? Radiant, maybe? Oh, yeah, we don't have a Radiant Pokemon in here. Where am I going? Sure, I'm tripping. Okay. What about any of the other Charizards? Are they worth playing? Wait, one of these. Wait, is this still is Leonzard? Oh, but like Lost Box destroys you. Bro, this battle, dude, Leonzard was a sick deck. Any of the Moltres worth? Pogo or the single prize attacker? I don't think so, no. Priest. Irida? No. Yo, special delivery Zard? I actually have one of these, but it's not very good. Yo, is the Battle Sense one worth playing as like a 1-up for like draw support? Probably not. What's the other one? Is this worth it, or do we just like accelerate enough fire energy that we don't need this? Like, why would we ever need that much fire energy? Why do we need that much fire energy in play? Like, is there anything that can abuse the like that much fire energy? You don't? I don't think so, right? There's no Pokemon that we would be running that would abuse it that hard, right? So we just probably shouldn't play it. Okay. That'll be Forest. We got Lummy and Entei in here for that. Got the Charizard. All right, we want the Pidgey lineup. We want the Pidgey lineup. All right, hold up. Ooh, Greedent though? Hey. What does he do? Look at the top 2 cards of your deck. You may put those into your hand or discard them and draw 3 cards. Wait, what? Okay, get greedy. All right, and then Foolish Rolling. sucks. Bro, he looks like he just got caught, bro. He got caught snacking, bro. What the fuck's going on here? What's going on here, Squavette? Like, I swear, I didn't eat all of them. I was just inspecting the... I was inspecting the fruit. Dude, caught snacking. Is Will getting distracted by squirrels? I really am, though. Alright, we need Pidge. We need... I might do a 2-1-2, to be honest. I might hit him with that. Hit him with the bird. Ratings are better than Radiant Greninja. If you're playing Basin, isn't Greninja better? I mean, just because there's synergy there. Like, we can... Getting Fire Energy on discard pile is not going to be that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's not that hard to get Fire Energy on discard pile. So it would be like, do we theoretically have the extra energy to work with? The question would be, do we theoretically have the extra energy to work with that we're not just trying to attach for turn? To like expend for draw power, I think is the better question, to be honest. The Pidge, the Pidgeot, and this guy. We'll do a 2-2. 2-1-2. But we might, I don't know, maybe we won't cut that actually. Adds a decent amount of consistency, I guess. Or Candy. Oh, you know what's probably pretty good in here is Mew, right? Isn't Mew probably pretty good in here to find rare candy? Is that better than Cleffa? We could play one of each, I guess. That's not like a big deal. Because Mew can find rare candy. It does eat up our energy, but we do get a lot of energy and play through the Charizard. VIP pass here? No? I mean, probably, but I'm not going to add it yet. I don't want to add VIP passes, but we probably will. Listen what I say. One or two super rod? Probably just one, right? Radiant Heatran. Then we have to play Basin. I don't even know if I want to play Basin, to be honest. Maybe just play Artisan. How necessary is Magma Basin? Like, I don't want to put damage on my Zard or anything. I don't like want to build up damage on my pokes, do I? I don't even think I need the extra energy from Magma Basin. Like, attachments for turn plus Zard's ability should be enough, I feel like. If we play like 12 energy. Right? Like, that's a lot of energy. Stadiums for, yeah, but I think I'm going to go with Artisan, though. What other stadiums are there? Artisani? Armor Rouge? No, we have energy. This just puts the energy. If you just mess up your energy when you attach a Mazard, then that's on you. Armor Rouge is like an unnecessary safety net or something like that. Doesn't every deck with Clef in it want reversal? No. Mezagoza? We could do Mezagoza over Artisan. That would be fair. No, just because you play Cleffa doesn't mean you want reversal. Also, reversal doesn't work with any of our Pokemon. No switch, even though Raikou has... Oh, yeah, Entei has 3... It does have 3 retreat costs. That is kind of annoying. We definitely need a count of switch, right? Because even Zard could get stuck. I'm not trying to load up this thing turn 2. We do need to play like some kind of switch out, right? Like one rope, one switch, maybe. So we can like search them out with Pidgeot or Force Seal Stone. Find them as well. Oh, yeah. Sky Seal Stone? But Entei can never hit that number though. It's probably not worth it. Entei's never hitting the numbers. No attacking V. No, we have Entei, but I don't think it's ever hitting like the... Doesn't want B-Barrel in here? I don't think we're playing B-Barrel and Pidgeot. I think you're trolling for that. Oh, true. We need boss. True. So we need to add 2 boss, though, for sure. So we're going to have to make some room here. We could probably cut an energy, to be honest. Bausch. We need a Bausch. All right, how we looking? Manaphy? Dude, shoot. You're right. We do need Manaphy. I don't even have Battle VIP passes in here. Maybe we're not adding them, though. I don't know. All right, we're cutting this. We're cutting the bird, the middle bird. Three boss. I don't know. We have the. I'm gonna rock the 2 boss. Listen, we're in early testing phases. One more Arceus over 4 Steel Stones. I mean, you gotta like get that. That means you have to get the Arceus down turn 1 and search out the Arceus V start turn 2, which isn't impossible, but I don't know. I'd rather try out the 4 Steel Stones. The Cleffa? No, the Cleffa's good. What the heck? You're trolling. If you think Cleffa's bad, you're bad. Make your choice, you know, it's up to you. I literally gave you an option. You can think Cleffa's good, and then you're good, or you can think Cleffa's bad, and then you're bad. It's up to you. Choice is yours. 1 million in the Cleffa. Yeah, Entei is just like an early game attacker that we can use, and then it can hold 4 Steel Stone. That's why we play it. 4 research seems like a lot without recovery options. Ha! The joke's on you. We have a super rod right here. Cleffa and Mew, though? Yeah, Cleffa's for when we go second. Mew's for when we go first. If we go first, we send up Mew to try and get the turn 2 Candy Charizard. If we go second, we use Cleffa to just draw a bunch of cards. And then we have the backup of Mew if we really need it. Victini can go. Oh, I like the idea of Victini. Victini lets us turn 2 KOV Pokemon. Victini is the turn 2 220. Need more stamps to not lose the path? I don't know how popular path deck's going to be. I don't know. You don't know. I'm not going to go get too far ahead of myself without knowing what the meta is. I would say it's VPPS, but otherwise looks like you cooked quite a meal. That's what I'm saying. Got Cleffa. Got birds. A couple birds in here. A couple Cleffas in here. Give your opponent 2 prize cards with Entei or Victini isn't terrible because it makes your Zards live damage-wise. I mean, I wouldn't play out a game for that situation to occur. I would say they exist for the purpose of the damage they can deal. Well, Entei's in there because it's like it could be an early game attacker, but it also can hold Force so more so than anything. And then the Victini is a good early game attacker because it one-hit KOs 220. It does the 220, the magic 220 number. Turn 2 220 is just good. So having the option that feels nice, is it worth it? I don't know, but 2 birds, a dog, and a fish. Yeah, we got the whole freaking animal kingdom in here. The whole squad. Aliens? We're missing some aliens. You gotta play 8 rare candy with this many stage 2s? We have 2 different stage 2s. What do you mean? Guardy only plays 2 rare candy sometimes. Or they usually play 3, but... I think we're cooking. I think we're cooking with this. Is there anything else? Dude, Arceus Pidgeot doesn't sound very good. I was talking about it before, but they play 4 Curlia? Shh, chill. Yeah, is there anything else to cook? That's the question. Read the Cleffa lines flavor text. They're aliens. Oh, hello, let me cook. Let me find them. That takes too long. Oh yeah, don't they come from like the moon or something? I can't read it. Hold up. Am I on a Red Hot Red Hot Chili Peppers playlist? No, I just added a bunch of songs to my playlist. So I just clicked the top when I turned off the shuffle. I've been on a Red Hot Chili Peppers mood lately. Lost Origins release date on September 9th, 2022 was by some calendars the night of the autumnal harvest. What is autumn? What is that a word? Autumnal harvest moon. Pokemon Japan is holding some special Clefairy themed promotionals, more so focusing on September 10th being the day of the moon. But it's damn close. Oh, it's darn close. And this card is one of the pieces of the Clefairy media and merch being hyped up on the first day of Atsukimi. Is it Cleffa, not Clefairy? Whatever. Autumnal. Is that a real word? That's not a real word, though, is it? Atsukimi. Atsukimi? It can be found in quiet mountain areas on the full moon's night. It's dancing. Wait. It's dancing, and its tiny, faintly glowing wings. Oh, it does have wings. Confer upon it a lovely, fairy-like quality. Wow. It means in autumn. Oh, really? Wait, which one of the... It is sad. It is said that happiness will come to those who see a gathering of Clefairy dancing under a full moon. I hope that the new Clefairy announced for Lost Abyss means that we'll get a Cleffa card! Exclamation point, exclamation point. But I doubt it. Period, period, period. Babies are still AWOL. Period, period, period. Nope, no such luck. We're at 4 Clefairies released so far in Sword and Shield sets, but not a single Cleffa yet. Period, period, period. Link to Bulbapedia, Bulbagarden, Clefairy, Dark Phantasma 19, emote, emote, emote. All right, where are the ones that prove that they're aliens? They're popular, but they're rare. Show them off recklessly, may be targeted by thieves. Oh, people steal Clefairies? Damn. When do we get a different one? Its adorable behavior and appearance make it popular with men and women, young and old. Its numbers are few, however. So everyone's a big Clefairy fan. It's Cleffa? Cleffa? It's a Cleffa, bro? Oh, okay. Because of its unusual star-like silhouette, people believe that it came here on a meteor. Okay, now we're cooking. Because of its unusual star-like silhouette, people believe that it came here on a meteor. Are they all the same? Because of its... I'm not going to do it again. This is what you call eek. I want a new hand. That's why it's called eek and not eek. Oh, for each E you draw a card. Oh, I didn't... Wait, actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7. Don't they have 6 cards? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, this one has 7. Why didn't they do 6 on this one? Why does this one have 7, bro? This one should have 6. What the heck? Like, that's... Dude, why wouldn't they do it? Now I'm kind of tilted. This one is also 7, right? Yeah, why wouldn't they do 7 or 6? Because they have this... That's cool. If they did 2, it's eek for 2. And then you have eek for 7. 7 E's. But then they ruined it with 7 eeks on a 6 card draw. And then this one has 3 E's, but it draws a card. Bro, that's tilting. Honestly, that's tilting. Why didn't they? Dude, that would have been sick if they had like kept up that theme. That would have been sick. It's bullshit is what it is. That's what I'm saying. That is definitely bullshit. All right, hang on. I got to save this list before I close this page. Charizard. Consider Charizard cooked. Broken optimal 60. You heard it here first. Don't talk to me ever again. Different blurb on the fairy one. On nights with many shooting stars, they gather in packs and dance in circles. If you should see them, something good will happen. What happens when they find the Clefairies in the like this? Was it the 2nd episode or 3rd episode where Ash and I don't even know who's with Ash at that point, but they, or was it a movie? Something something moon something. I remember that episode or movie. I forget if it's a movie or an episode, to be honest. I completely forget. What happens in that Mount Moonbrow? Yeah, but it's a episode of the first season, right? You remember? What episode is it? Mount Moon. Mount Moon. All right, chat. That's gonna do it for me for today. I'm gonna head off. I'll be back tomorrow. I'm streaming. Tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 more days of streams, and then I leave Sunday for Japan for World. So, and I won't be back for like 2 weeks. So I'll be gone all the ways. You want more content from me? Check out the podcast. I do a podcast with Chip Ritchie. It comes out every Tuesday, so there's a new episode right there up now on for the podcast. So check that out. Of course, check out the YouTube channel as well. I got content going out on the YouTube channel. And let me go ahead and see if anyone else is on PTCG live here, and I can send you over there. No one that I know. I think I'm just gonna send you off into the abyss. Yep, we're abyssing y'all. Have a good one, chat. I will catch you. Oh yeah, I'll get back to you today, Horsey. I'll remember this time. Yeah, good stream. We also hit our before you guys go, we hit our sub goal. So I'll be giving away a booster box of Scarlet and Violet tomorrow. Big sub goal. Appreciate the support as always. Gonna be giving away a booster box of Scarlet and Violet tomorrow during the stream. So make sure you come out to at least enter the giveaway at some point. Yeah, appreciate the support. Streams have been a ton of fun lately. Definitely appreciate it. I'm gonna send you all off into the Lost Zone. Big giveaway tomorrow. And yeah, have a good rest of your evening. Catch y'all. Dude, the bot's just always dead, bro. Why is the bot just always dead? Nothing is working, dude. I have to like reset the bot. Hang on, let me see what. That didn't work. There we go. Now it works. Dude, pathetic. Why do I pay this bot, man? Why do I pay this bot? All right, chat. Have a good one. Catch y'all tomorrow. A couple more streams before Worlds. And yeah, have a good rest of your evening. Peace.